Good morning and welcome to Jewellery Maker. It's the Sunday morning show, the most exciting show of the week. And, well, I hear my executive producer said, is it? Of course it is. The big dog's here. Woo! With luscious Linda. Yeah. What more could you want? That's right. Linda's here, resident designer Linda. And Linda is part of the family which own the Genuine Gemstone Company, which in turn own Jewellery Maker. What more could you possibly want? That's right. Look at Linda, she's already starting.
I'm off.
You're such a cheat.
It's not. It's not cheating. It's temptation.
Ah, the gemstones were too beautiful to be ignored.
Yeah.
I like it. She loves it, doesn't you? It's exciting that we've got Linda here today because she's going to bring us some Sari silk inspiration. You've done a bit of work with the Sari silks, haven't you?
Yes, we've got a bundle. Well, when I say bundle, a boutique collection which I've popped some Sari silk into,
nice,
along with some gorgeous gemstones as well. And you've got some beautiful new colours there. Yeah.
Look at all these.
Yeah.
Look at all these rainbows of colour. Every colour of the rainbow and then some this morning. I'll tell you what else we've got coming up later in the show. As my presenter pick at midday, white labradorite. Very exciting. It's sort of like a mixture of all of our favourite gemstones all in one. I know how much everybody loves black rutile quartz, and it has that kind of effect, and then it's got the optical property of that gorgeous labradorescence which made labradorite so popular. Your most popular gemstone for the last 2 years, in fact. Now, we've been going for about 4 years here at Jewellery Maker, and in that time we have expanded at a rate of knots. We've got unbelievable buying power, and we now are able to offer the best value on the market for genuine gemstones. That's what we pride ourselves on. But it's not just that. We've got so many incredible deals. Have a look at these gemstones. Not just white labradorite, iolite, Mexican fire opal, crackled quartz, bronzite, rather gorgeous amethyst. Have a look at this, beautifully feminine lavender amethyst. This comes from our Gems of Distinction range, which represents the best possible quality gemstones we can source here at Jewellery Maker. And it's not just genuine gemstones. Here at Jewellery Maker, we aim to be the one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs, and as a result we've also got a special findings deal. Have a look at these. 2,400 pieces, and this is going to be under £30 this morning. This is going to come up probably in the final hour of the show. We'll give everybody plenty of time to wake up. And, as if that wasn't enough, we've also got probably one of the most popular items we've ever stocked here at Jewellery Maker, the tote bag. Very, very useful item for all jewellery makers, whether it be for storage or transportation. Have you got one of these, Linda? You're eyeing it up.
No, I've got one actually.
You're thinking I'm going to have one by 1 p.m?
No, but what sort of jumps into my mind is a bottle of wine and my jewellery making things. And
you're thinking what non-jewellery making items you could fit in the bag?
With it, yeah. Yes, with it. Of course, with it. But a bottle of wine will stand up quite nicely in the corner.
Stop going on about wine. It's 9:05 in the morning.
Wishful thinking.
Do you know what? It is sort of bottle shaped. In your defence, it is sort of bottle shaped.
Isn't it terrible what jumps into your head?
It would perfectly suit a bottle. Right then, time to get underway with the early bird known as Doris. There she is. Executive producer Martha's doing the little chicken dance in there. She told me she wasn't feeling well. She's got so excited now that the show's underway. Let's give everybody a deal. Let's get up and running. Where are we going to start? It's rather exciting. three of the most popular gemstones that we stock. In fact, three of the most popular gemstones on the jewellery market. I'm going to start with a gemstone 1,000 times rarer than diamonds. Look at the colour tones here on this gemstone. Now these nuggets are actually really dainty. They range in size from 2x1 to 10x3mm. And the second Linda saw this, she got excited this morning, didn't you?
Yeah, it's just the perfect Tanzanite shades, isn't it? You know, there. You know at 20 paces that's Tanzanite.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've got all those gorgeous violet tones, haven't you? Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. That's not all you get as part of this bundle. You were really excited about working with the chips as well, weren't you?
Yes, I mean I've always liked chips, and I think it gives an opportunity for new jewellery makers or new gemstone collectors to, you know, reasonably have a very high-end gemstone, you know, but a very reasonable cost. So it's your journey of appreciating the gemstone and then moving on up the sort of hierarchy of how it's cut and
absolutely. And when you think that, you know, this is a gemstone that was once exclusively sold by Tiffany's, you know, when we first started jewellery making, you know, 3 years ago, say, we never would have expected to get hold of Tanzanite, would we?
No, absolutely not. We didn't have it probably for
first 2 years.
18 months to 2 years,
I would
definitely.
say, yeah. But now, as we've expanded, not only have we been able to source, you know, better quality, better value gemstones, but also much rarer gemstones. We can now bring you Tanzanite as part of a bundle, and actually this is an 85 centimetre strand, so you're getting a lot of gemstones as part of this bundle. The colour is spectacular. Have a look at this for a complementary colour tone to add to it. 175 carats of pink opal. Again, you've got the nuggets ranging from 2x1mm to 10x3mm, 86 centimetre strand. I love the combination of these feminine pink tones and peach tones combined with that rich violet tone. That looks amazing. And that is not all. Just to bring a little bit more dynamism to your designs, we've got a third gemstone. And probably a variety of the gemstone we haven't seen for some time. 150 carats of black labradorite. And this has been faceted to perfection. It's actually a strand which graduates in size from 6mm up to 14mm. So you can see what an impact the larger gemstones are going to make within your designs. And the faceting is spectacular against this beautiful, almost monochrome backtone. You've got loads of labradorescence coming through there. Not easy to see here in our studio, but you're going to really be able to appreciate it when you match it up with these nuggets. Labradorite, pink opal, and Tanzanite, all in one 3-strand collection. I was talking about the value we're able to offer you here at the Genuine Gemstone Company and JewelleryMaker, and we're about to flex our value muscles this morning. $12.95 is all you're going to pay for 3 strands. And actually, let's be realistic. Okay, it is 3 strands officially, but when you think about the length of a traditional strand here at JewelleryMaker, really, you're getting more like 5 strands here, aren't you? Because have a look at this. Look at how many gemstones you get. Probably over twice the length of a traditional strand. That's just your Tanzanite. Lots of people flying in on the phone lines now. Now, don't forget, here at JewelleryMaker, we want to give you a risk-free shopping experience, and as a result, we offer you a free phone number. You can dial that the second the graphics hit the screen. Start dialing that free phone number. Put yourself to the front of the queue and get involved with deals like this. Pink opal, Tanzanite and black labradorite available right now for $12.95. Now, once you've actually made a purchase here at JewelleryMaker, it's only $2.95 for your P&P, and that covers you for the whole day. Doesn't matter how many items you add to that order, doesn't matter how weighty it is or how bulky the items are, you're only ever going to pay $2.95 per day. Now, if this is your first purchase from us here at JewelleryMaker, It's going to get even more exciting because we're going to make this hobby as accessible as possible. Have a look at what you're going to receive. You get started DVD and booklet. I think this contains around about an hour's worth of the most basic techniques you need to get started with the hobby. In fact, I think it's Luscious Linda's hands that you see within the DVD. Have you got a little clip, Director Ollie? He's just getting one for us now. There you go. And you can see how simple it is to start creating your own jewellery designs. Wow, there's lots of people multi-buying this bundle. Congratulations. Do you know what? They're all coming through as anonymous already. They're already being naughty, don't want anybody to know they're on the phone. Here you go. There's Linda's lovely hands showing you how to... What are we doing here? Looping a little head pin.
We're just coiling a head pin.
Coiling a head pin, that's it.
Yeah, to attach it to a necklace or bracelet.
There you go. So very, very simple to use, and of course, ideal to have it on DVD because you can pause, you can rewind, watch it as many times as you like before you have a go, and you get it all in the written form as well, just in case you don't like working from the DVD. So you're going to get that if it's your first ever purchase. Right now, we are offering this bundle for $12.95, but it's only available at that price as part of this bundle, and it's only available in this bundle until 9 AM tomorrow morning, or more likely, while stocks last. We do have quite a decent quantity of this, but they are literally flying out the door. Ooh, approaching a quarter of the stock has already been allocated. What would you do with this 3-strand pack, Linda? It's pretty exciting.
It is exciting. I think I'd use the lab. To be honest, I think that lab, you know, if you are a new jewellery maker, if you just... Sorry if I call it lab, I find it a tongue twister, labradorite. I have to say
it's
it slowly.
Okay. Actually, Martha, our executive producer, was just saying that she likes the way you say that.
Sorry, thank you. But no, I think as a new hobbyist to jewellery making, just restrand that because it's graduated and because it's a stunning gemstone and it's got character, it's got its own shillers and properties and interests. Just restrand it. And as far as the chips and nuggets, I mean, the pink opal and the tanzanite are married. They
complement one another perfectly, don't they?
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm so glad you said that about restranding the graduated strand, because I say that when I present the late show quite a lot, and I always think people at home might think, what do you know?
No, it can't not. that can't not work, can it?
No, well, absolutely. I mean, it's basically a ready-made necklace, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
All
very
it's asking
simple.
for is
But
a
if you
clasp.
put it with that little classic dress, you know, just a tailored dress. I mean, there's nothing quite, you know, really on the nail than that. Something simple.
A little LBD, a simple LBD.
Yeah, stunning.
I'm such a fashionista, aren't I? I know all the lingo.
Yeah, you know all the lingo.
Your tantalising trio of Tanzanite, pink opal and black labradorite. And I'll tell you something, we haven't actually seen black labradorite for very long, and the quality of this strand in particular is out of this world. I don't know if we can pick up the schiller that Linda was describing there. It's actually labradorescent, so it's this reflective quality, this metallic schiller that you get on the surface of the gemstone. I think we're just catching it. It's not always easy to display it in the studio because we've got so many different light sources bouncing off the gemstone. Gemstone really reacts well to having one light source. So when you get this home, when you hold it up in your kitchen, you see that gorgeous labradorescence, you're going to fall in love with this strand. And right now you can get it as part of a 3-strand pack, or rather, more likely to say a 5-strand pack. That's essentially like paying £4.33 a strand for Tanzanite, opal and labradorite, 3 of the most recognisable and sought after gemstones available right now. People are flying in on the phone lines. That is a free phone number if you do want to get involved with this. If you want to get your P&P up and running with this, it's going to be just $2.95, and you can add those 3 strands to your collection for just $12.95. I'm going to leave it there for that one right now. We might have another look at that later on in the show. Right now, we're going to give you the opportunity to get involved with the show. I said Sunday's the most exciting day here at Jewellery Maker, and we want to know what you're having as your roast dinner today. we were all sitting around this morning saying, let's get everybody to text into the show, and it's very simple to do. On 60777, just make sure you start your text with the phrase JM Studio, otherwise we lose your text, it goes into the ether and we don't know where it's gone. So, if you want to get involved with the show, the question on everybody's lips here is, what meat are you having for your roast? Or, what kind of potatoes do you want? We couldn't decide. We were like, oh, I want chicken, I want beef, I want roast potatoes, I want mash. Let us know what you are having as your roast dinner. Somebody already texted in. Tanya, it says, morning JM, what a nice way to start off a Sunday, sitting in my craft room while listening to my favourite presenter. Hoping to see some good deals. You're going to say amazing deals. Do you know what? The last time Martha produced me, she told me off for leaning over the desk because I couldn't see and told me I had to go for an eye test. Fortunately, Martha doesn't even remember producing me, ever. She blocked it out of her mind, so now I can just pretend. We're going to move on anyway, and we're actually going to give Linda a little challenge. I think it's box 8, isn't it, and the kit? I think.
Ed.
Oh, did you change your mind? You cheeky monkey! You didn't tell me, did you?
We were struggling to get the other sample. Truthfully, I've got the cat's eye and the solar quartz.
Ah, it's probably one of the most exciting bundles of the morning.
Exactly.
I can understand why you picked it. Thank you, Mike. Very helpful. Do you know what? Mike is on cameras, but he's just done a bit of floor management. Do you know why? Amelia's had to go off. Amelia is actually being managing the floor this morning, I should say. She's had to run off. Oh, she's back now. She was sorting out the lovely Sunday experience ladies. So we've got a collection of ladies in the workshop with Ozzy, Hannah Osborne. There you go. So there you go. They're all having fun. They're making jewellery already. We'll meet the gang later in the show. Right now, we're going to challenge Linda. And first of all, we've put together a little kit here. Martha's put together a beautiful kit. Perfect for tomorrow's celebrations, I think.
I think you're right.
This has got... Yes, Ireland did win the rugby. Very exciting days for the Irish. It's been Cheltenham this week, which is a big event for lots of Irish people. Travel over to this part of the world to enjoy the horse racing. Then they win the rugby, and now Martha's put together a special kit. It just couldn't get any better. Gorgeous greens. And look at these beautiful emerald greens that you've got here. You've got agate and quartz. Your agate are 16mm faceted rounds. They're absolutely huge. They're going to make a massive impact on your designs. Real statement style designs from these beautiful green agates. And you've actually got over 600 carats on this strand alone. And you've got a further 135 carats in your green quartz. Those are beautiful. Love the faceting. Checkerboard faceting on the surface of these ovals. Again, it's going to make a huge impact on your designs. That's not all you get. As part of this gorgeous green kit, you also get the ever popular memory wire. So you've got little coils of wire which will go back into shape. 0.6mm, and you actually get 14 coils worth of memory wire in the ring form. So that's the rings. Then you've got the same 14 coils of your bracelet memory wire coils there. So you've got 14 coils. Really, really easy to work with. Probably the easiest threading material when you first start jewellery making, because you can literally just thread your beads on and you've got a finished piece of jewellery. And you've got 14 coils in the necklace as well. And that's not all you get. That's not the only threading materials. You've also got a monochrome threading pack. You've got organza ribbon, black, white and cashmere blue or silver. 5 meters of each reel of organza ribbon. Then you've got your traditional threading materials as well. 50 meters of your beading thread, 6 meters of your elastic and 80 meters of monofilament. Monofilament is basically a really thin threading material so that it's almost like fishing line in terms of, you know, how delicate it is. So basically you can attach maybe some of your smaller gemstones, or maybe if you've got to do a little bit of intricate work that you don't want it to be visible within your design, monofilament's perfect for that. Is that correct, Linda?
Absolutely, yeah. To do the multi-stranded, invisible, floating illusion necklaces.
That's what your monofilament's for. And that's not all you get. You also get some cord, some satin cord in this baby blue tone. 5 meters of gorgeous baby blue cord. That's probably enough to do a little cheeky macrame bracelet, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, first of all, let's have a look at what you'd pay if you were to buy all of these items separately from our website. So it costs you £19.85, so we're already under £20 for 2 strands of genuine gemstones and all of these threading materials, including that memory wire, which is so popular. And that isn't even going to be your price this morning. I'm going to give you an exclusive bundle price of £14.95. Are you already got some ideas, Linda?
I have actually. It's a little while since I've worked with memory wire, so that's nice. So yeah, I'm just putting together at the minute like a torque necklace.
Do you find it's like sort of exciting when you haven't worked with a certain gemstone or a certain component for some time, and then you sort of you get it in a brief like this, if you like?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, get the creative pieces flowing.
Sometimes that's right. That's exactly right. I was just about to say, sometimes you probably don't work with a certain medium because you've lost your mojo for it.
Right.
So if you're sort of giving it back and, you know, you can't sort of say, oh, I'm not working, I've got to work with it, then it brings your mojo back.
So you put it on the back burner, you don't work with it for a little while, and then when you do
so I think, honestly, if you have lost your mojo for sort of any hobby, perhaps work with the one thing that you, and I'm not saying memory wire is that for me, but perhaps work with that one thing that you shy back from, and then everything else seems to flow in with it.
Sometimes if you take yourself out of your comfort zone, instead of just doing the traditional things that you've got used to,
and that's such a fabulous thing to do, because over the years, what it's taught me is that gemstone goes with gemstone. We don't really have to think, well, it's an aquamarine or it's a jasper or whatever, because it's a natural gemstone, because it's a natural mineral, it's a natural, you know, it hasn't had any plastics or machine making or anything like that, then
all Mother Nature's handiwork.
Yeah, and it all works together, and I think that's a good thing to do, is just put it all in a bundle and just go for it.
Well, the interesting thing about that and this bundle is the gorgeous colour tones, because you've got Mother Nature's base tone here in the gorgeous greens.
That's right,
She starts the design for every flower with a green stem and a green leaf, so we know it goes with every other gemstone. And we've also handed you over another bundle, haven't we?
Well, I've pinched it.
We're going to have a look at that. Lots of people getting involved. I'm not surprised, really, because the memory wire's a little bit thin on the ground, isn't it? So as soon as it turns up in a extra value pack like this, where you're getting all your threading materials and your gemstones as well for £14.95, people know to strike while the iron's hot. You can get involved by dialing that free phone number this morning. Add it to your 1 P&P per day of just £2.95. And don't forget, you can get hold of these items, get them home. That is when your decision-making process begins. You do have a 30-day money-back guarantee, absolutely quibble-free. So if you get it home and you think, actually, not as easy to work with as I thought, you can send it straight back. But when you're getting that kind of value, I don't think anybody's probably going to take us up on that offer. Have a look at these gemstone strands. They both come from our Gems of Distinction range. They've been bundled together, and Luscious Linda's also grabbed these to work with as part of her challenge.
Couldn't resist them.
Beautiful solar quartz combined with cat's eye. Two very, very rare gemstones here at Jewellery Maker. Now the interesting thing about solar quartz, and I think for anybody who has a passion for gemology or even just for gemstones and jewellery, I think one of the things which gets us really excited about working with the real McCoy, with genuine gemstones, is the irregularities. The character that you get from these gemstones is out of this world, and you can actually see the way the crystal formation has actually come to fruition with your solar quartz. You can see that little impurity, that little imperfection, if you like, is where that crystal has formed from. And actually we've seen so many gorgeous designs featuring this gemstone. It has become very, very popular here at Jewellery Maker. I imagine this is going to be a popular bundle, in fact, just because it features these solar quartz. Now these are quite interesting because they're faceted wheels. That's the classification, but actually they're like little coins or little button-like cuts for your gemstones. Irregularities in the size, they range from 13 to 26 mil. I think whenever you're working with a gemstone which is actually prized for its inclusions, it's rather interesting because you know that you're going to be able to create unique and bespoke designs. Nobody is going to have the exact same item. And other than emerald, quartz is probably the only gemstone which is actually prized for its inclusions. And I think that's interesting for jewellery makers, because if you were trying to get a gemstone for a jeweller, you know, a high-end jeweller, they're only looking for one thing, aren't they? They're looking for clarity and they're looking for colour. They're going to set it into a precious metal. But when you're creating bespoke designs, you can actually favour these imperfections, these little notes of character within the gemstones, which are actually going to enhance your jewellery design. So it gives us much more scope for different design opportunities if we're working with a gemstone like this, where we know each and every one has been handcrafted by Mother Nature herself. And that is not all you get as part of this bundle. Another extremely individual and interesting gemstone. These are gorgeous. Now cat's eye is actually a member of the garnet family. It has a very a similar sort of schiller on the surface to that of a moonstone or tiger's eye, that same optical effect, but you get that deep, rich green tone, which actually allows that metallic schiller to come out of the gemstone even more, because you've also got these almost golden inclusions on the surface of the gemstone, which really enhances that gorgeous schiller. That's actually been enhanced further by our gem cutter, by our lapidorist, who's actually gone to the trouble of checkerboard fastening each and every droplet. These are elongated, so they range in size from 14 by 5 to 27 by 9. Now, we were talking earlier, Linda, about you know, restranding a graduated strand. These graduate. You can create a really sort of elegant piece of evening wear by
the graduation on a gemstone that's been cut like that teardrop, with all that fantastic faceting as well, and all the interest in it, because cat's eye is something we don't see very often at all. But the graduation can take place sort of in a chain drop. You know, if you drop chain from a neckline and then graduate the drops.
So you can just break up the neckline with the chain and then have droplets coming out. I'm making a design like that at the moment. A chainmail necklace.
Right.
With morganite drops that go down.
Gosh, that sounds nice.
It's being auctioned for charity.
Oh,
I'm excited.
Oh, I bet you are too.
This is your subtle glow. That's my first ever commission, Linda. Are you excited for me?
I am. Yeah, you're going to have to, you're going to have to let us know how that goes, aren't you? Because you know what?
Martha's predicted that this is going to be my first and last commission.
That's a bit cruel. Give him half a chance.
I won't give up my day job.
No, don't give it.
I'll just talk about the gemstones. That's what gets me really excited. And right now, we're talking about two of the most exciting gemstone strands we have here at Jewellery Maker. And I can tell you that as both of these are coming from our Gems of Distinction range, the bundle price you're going to get this morning is absolutely ridiculous. £23.95. That's less than £12 a strand. You have to consider the amount of work that goes into getting hold of a gemstone strand of this quality. We don't see cat's eye that often here on Jewellery Maker, and solar quartz is probably equally as rare. Whenever we get a strand of cat's eye or solar quartz, it tends to fly out the door. Now, think about the idea of just sourcing and mining for the gemstone alone. But then, this has been handed over to one of our most experienced lapidarists to create these faceted, almost marquise-shaped droplets. And then, it's been sent all the way over here to the UK. We've put it on our gorgeous show, and we can give you a saving this morning of less than £12 a strand for your solar quartz and tiger zone. How complementary are they together? You can see that base tone of the cat's eye almost being mirrored in the little inclusions in your solar quartz, that almost like a British racing green, a rich forest green tone. Absolutely perfect. And actually, when you think about the colour tones you've got here, this is quite interesting, because some people I know will struggle with certain parts of the design process, so maybe working out which colour tones go together and where the colours are going to clash. But here, they're so complementary and they're so earthy that you don't really need to worry about that part of the design process, do you, Linda?
No, not at all. I mean, that's what jumped out at me, was how the cat's eyes mirrored in the solar quartz.
Absolutely.
Totally those colours, those same greeny, earthy green.
It's the exact same colours in the little inclusions in the quartz. Exact same colour tones in the cat's eye. So very, very complementary partnership here of solar quartz and cat's eye. Both available right now as part of this saver bundle for £23.95. That's 2 strands from our Gems of Distinction range, which represents the best possible quality we can source for here at Jewellery Maker for less than £12 a strand. Absolutely out of this world. All you've got to do is dial that free phone number. If you already got involved with the challenge kit, you can add this to your order. You're only ever going to pay 1p&p per day, and of course you've got your 30-day money-back guarantee. So my advice is to take advantage of that deal, get it home, less than £12 a strand for Gems of Distinction quality, solar quartz and cat's eye, and you can add it to your 1p&p per day. I'm going to leave that one there, and how fitting that I was just describing the fact that I've been given a commission and I'm creating a chainmail necklace, and now we've got a jump ring deal. It's almost like the producer had it all planned out. Have a look at what you're going to get here. Oh wow, these go perfectly with the kit. Okay, I'll admit it, she did plan the show. Here we go, look at this. Emerald green, anodized aluminium, saw cut jump rings. These are 5mm in size. That's not all you're going to get. You also get your black. These are your 4.1mm. So slightly smaller. Saw cut as well, you get 100 of those. Then you've got your purple in the same size. They're also 4.1mm. And you've even got your antique bronze. These are your 5mm. And you actually get 200 of those. So you're getting 500 jump rings in total. You've got these gorgeous purple, almost amethyst colours. You've got your jet black, your emerald green and your antique bronze. Now these are all anodized aluminium, these three, the purple, the black and the green. And these are your saw cut copper jump rings in your antique bronze. This is quite interesting actually, because you can create really vintage designs or really contemporary designs. Have a look at the kind of work that you can create if you become a chainmail artiste like myself. I couldn't do anything like this.
I was just looking at that thinking, wow, did Ed do that one?
I didn't do that, absolutely not. Do you know what though? As soon as I see chainmail work, I do feel inspired. It's one of those disciplines that does get you, makes you want to create things.
That is so beautiful.
Oh, out of this world.
It is amazing.
Has that been created by Debbie Bulford by any chance?
Fabulous, that is.
And actually, there's an interesting bit of inspiration there if you got involved with the challenge kit, because these beautiful green tones with the golds look amazing, don't they? And you can see a lot of those colour tones in the cat's eye as well.
Yeah, I'm using gold with the green at the minute.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
It's an instinctive thing.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Let's have another look at everything you're going to get, because you're going to get 500 jump rings here. You can go through a lot of jump rings when you're doing chainmail designs. But I will say my first ever chainmail bracelet, I used 44 jump rings. Does that sound right? Yeah, 44 jump rings. So you could actually create about 10 bracelets using this. Let's have a look at the price this morning. It's going to be an add it to your order opportunity. So if you've already got an order up and running, what are you waiting for? Start dialing that free phone number. It is available at just $5.95. So you've got your emerald green, your amethyst purple, your jet black, and 200 of your antique bronze copper jump rings here, all for $5.95. That's ridiculous. How many of this bundle have you got, Martha? Ah, I've got no chance, have I? It's going to be a sellout, I would have thought. I'll still have a go. When I get in at 1 PM, I'll try and add this to my order. Oh, actually, Martha's just given me some good information. So when I get in, I'm going to go to the Facebook page. Because if I do, there's an offer on the bottom of the screen, which says that if you spend £20 online with us here at JewelleryMaker, you get a 15% discount today.
Wow. Wow.
As long as you check out before midnight. That is a phenomenal deal. So if you do one transaction with us and you've spent over £20, you can have 15% reduction. Oh, well, today is the day to maximise on your 1P&P then, isn't it? That must explain why we've just gone global on this deal. We're sending some of these jump rings over to one of the Mediterranean islands. I'm not going to say where. Oh, it's on screen. I was going to say I won't say why, because I know who it is. And she obviously doesn't want everyone to know that she's already
on my
shopping.
holidays there in June. So so if Anonymous wants any stock bringing,
Anonymous, get in touch with Linda.
Let me
in
know.
fact, do you know what? If you do want to get in touch with any of our guest designers, you can do it really easily on Facebook. They've all got their own page dedicated to it, and you'll find those through our website, JewelleryMaker.com, or of course, if you go to JewelleryMaker UK on Facebook, we've got a community of around about 23,000 people on there sharing different crafting ideas, different jewellery making scenarios, and of course every single day you're going to be able to see the designs which our fabulous expert puts together. So today, okay, usually it'll be a fabulous designer. Today, unfortunately, it's Linda's designs, but I'm only messing around. Everybody wants to see luscious Linda's jewellery designs. So if you do want to get involved with that deal, it probably is going to be a sellout. You've got 100 of your purple, 100 of your green, 100 of your black, and 200 of your antique bronze copper. Now all of these are open jump rings, so very, very easy to work with. Basically, most of the work's done for you. You've just got to, it is a little bit time consuming if you're doing chainmail, because you have to open all of your jump rings before you start. That's a top tip from your resident chainmail artiste. But do you know what? I will say something, I'm not that good, I'm just messing around. But I do have a little mentor on Facebook. It's one of our viewers called Susan Patterson. So hi Susan. She's been like trying to get my confidence up and make me attempt more elaborate designs. The last piece that Susan sent through, she'd used over 1,500 jump rings in her. It's a really elaborate necklace. So if you want to recreate Susan's design, all you need to do is get 3 packs of these. And at $5.95, you could take advantage of that, couldn't you?
Absolutely. And you know, yeah, exactly. So I mean, for what, £20, just over, you're going to have 2,000 jump rings, which is really going to make
It's out of this world, right?
Yeah, it's going to make it sort of a hobby
Then
piece,
you're going to
isn't
have a huge stash.
Yeah.
You can sit down comfortably and know you're not going to run out of jump rings, because that could be very frustrating.
Yeah, that would be the most annoying thing.
Yeah. I like it. I sit in front of the telly at night, and it's very therapeutic opening up your jump rings, I must say. So many people multi-buying, taking advantage of that deal. We're going to leave that one with you. Could be a sellout, but of course, never take my word for it. Always make sure you speak to a member of our award-winning help team who will add that to your order. And you're only ever going to pay 1p and P per day. And I'll tell you now, if you are looking at the desk thinking, I am definitely getting hold of one of these tote bags, it's coming up in around about half an hour's time. So you could get your order up and running with your jump rings. You can add this to your order for just £2.95. That bag is one of the most popular items we've ever stocked here at JewelleryMaker. One of the most reordered items. It's coming up in about half an hour's time. Right now, we're going to give you our first jewellery kit of the morning. Exciting times, I know. And when you see the gemstones, first of all, it's a 5-strand kit. Secondly, have a look at how feminine this kit is. And on top of that, you're getting a few rather popular extras and a 1 location gemstone. Let's have a look at the gemstone strands that we're actually going to get hold of. You've got to be really careful with these strands, because have a look at these 2. Hold on a second. When we were discussing this, I thought we said, oh yes, that's right. I didn't do you know what? I thought it was amethyst and ametrine. I didn't realise you actually got 2 strands of ametrine. So you've got 2 strands of your ametrine nuggets. Out of this world. I thought one of the strands was amethyst, but there's ametrine on both strands of nuggets. Look how organic these nuggets are. Do you know what? There's nothing more that you could ask for as a jewellery maker than to have all of the character you get. There is a strand of amethyst as well. We've got the amethyst 2mm rounds as the seed beads. I thought this was a strand of amethyst nuggets and ametrine nuggets, but they're both ametrine. Now, ametrine is really interesting gemstone. It's actually a hybrid gemstone, a combination of 2 different gemstones which come together to form this rather rare and extra special gemstone known as ametrine. So it's sort of half amethyst and half citrine. It only actually is found in 1 mine in Bolivia, and the prices of ametrine are rising year on year, but I think it's just a question of supply and demand. You know, I think if you knew that you had the only source of a gemstone in the world, you'd probably start charging a little bit more, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, you would.
Makes good business sense for him.
Yeah. Yes.
Absolutely. So, 2 strands of ametrine nuggets, absolutely out of this world. Think of how rare this gemstone is, and we've put 2 strands in 1 kit. You can tell when the designers have been putting the kits together, can't you? Look at Linda's naughty little mischievous little face over there.
Can't help but be indulgent.
We've also got, now while we're talking about the irregularities in the sizes and shapes of the ametrine, you've got that exact same feel from these gorgeous clear quartz. They range in size from 7x2 to 17x6, giving you 165 carats. Sorry, I will get on to the other 2 strands in 1 second. Let me just show you the length of this strand. You could literally, I was going to say you could restrand this, but actually you could probably use it as a skipping rope, it's that long.
It's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. That strand fascinates me for some reason. It's like diamonds. It's like diamonds dropping. It's just beautiful.
Do you know what it makes me feel like? It feels like icicles.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's so beautiful.
So much texture as well and character, because they're all different shapes and sizes. If we have a little closer look, you can see each and every one has a completely different cut. You can see these have been cut for beauty rather than for uniformity or
definitely.
A carat weight, anything like that.
And for the extra bits that are in the kit, that's exactly why I put them in.
They also almost form, some of them will be small enough to be used as little spacers, others will be large enough to make an impact on your design.
You'll see from the jewellery itself how that actual, what you've just said, fits in beautifully.
We're going to see that on your designs, are we? In that case, let me show you everything else you're going to get so we can go and have a look at Linda's piece of jewellery. You've got your little seedy beads of amethyst, 2mm, micro-faceted, so you're still getting that play of light. Very, very difficult process to actually create facets on the surface of a gemstone that's been cut that small. But for so many different disciplines, we need this size of gemstone. So versatile, perfect for work with your bead loom, kumihimo, French knitting, seed beads, little, if you want to make the little beady beads.
Yeah,
they're perfect, aren't they? So popular.
Absolutely popular.
And then, just to give it a little bit of vibrancy, a little bit, and even more texture, because you've got the crackled effect here, your multicoloured cuts in your marquise cuts. Again, very, very versatile cut. Perfect for use as petals in your floral motifs, perfect as vine leaves, the wings of dragonflies or butterflies. So very, very versatile cuts here and a huge carat weight. That is not all you're getting as part of this kit. We've got so much to get through. We've also got your threading materials in the form of your beading thread and monofilament, and 2 reels of wire, both in silver. You've got your 0.4 and your 0.25. You've got 5 of your hair combs. Now these are another item, just like the memory wire in the challenge kit, so popular and a little bit thin on the ground. We don't always keep them in stock for that long, but that's just because they're so popular. So you've got 5 of your hair combs, and we're going to have a look at exactly what Linda's done with this. And on top of that, as if that wasn't enough, over 100 pieces of silver plated copper, a meter's worth of chain. A meter's worth of chain. You've got your toggle clasps, your earring findings, you've got jump rings, crimp beads, crimp bead covers, your head pins and your eye pins there. 115 pieces in total. And you've got probably more findings in that kit than you'll need to work with these gemstones. Let's have a look at the price you'd normally have to pay to get involved if you wanted to buy all 5 strands and the hair combs and 2 reels of wire and your threading materials and your findings. It would be $50.95, which I would say represents incredible value. I mean, how much would you pay for just the strands alone? We're talking about, what, £10 a strand then, which I think anywhere else you would consider to be unbelievable value. But here at Jewellery Maker, we give you the best value on the market, and then we go that extra mile. $39.95, crowning glory. I'm going to leave this one, and what was
that all about?
Martha said trot like a pony. You can go over to Linda
now. You look
now.
more like an extra large rabbit.
I was doing hooves.
Okay, sorry.
We'll leave it there.
It's probably the teeth.
Right then, let's have a look at your jewellery designs and stop making a fool of me. Have a look at these incredible hair combs. I love these. They're so bridal, aren't they?
Yeah.
Particularly that one.
Yes, exactly. Well, I think it's sort of bridal stroke, because lilacs and purples are very in for the wedding party, you know, bridesmaids. And
do you know what happened 2 weeks ago, don't you?
Yeah.
And somebody proposed live on the show. Martha was very excited about that. But do you know what? I presented the late show that night, and Mick came back in to talk to us on the text and let us know that they'd already decided their colour theme was going to be amethyst, and they got some amethyst from us. So the lilac tones
again, Mick, yes,
are going to be the in colour.
Yes, very much.
This season's
and particularly with Ametrine, because you've just got that diversity, haven't you? You've got that sort of golden shades coming through from it as well. So obviously I've gone to town on the hair combs.
How much would you normally expect to achieve if you were selling your hair combs?
Wow, I mean, the thing is with bridal, a cousin of mine has just bought actually a bridal shop,
Oh, really?
selling gowns and bridal accessories, and she's literally is sort of making inquiries on where to pitch her sales, and she literally can't get her breath at. You just put that magic word bridal, and then in shops and things that just by the second, it's sort of once in a lifetime normally. That you add those extra naught or an extra naught, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. My sister's getting planning her wedding at the moment. She's getting married in May, and everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, it does, and then it does really start to tot up. But if you can make your own, and let's face it, those prices are never for gemstone.
No, it's for your work, your creativity.
Yeah, but when you actually buy them, Ed, I mean, you're normally buying glass and faux pearls.
Absolutely,
you're not buying gemstone. In fact, I've never actually seen it. It's obviously out there, but I've never seen gemstone. That people turn around and say, well, that is quartz, that is ametrine. I've not seen that. So consequently, you're going to make wedding jewellery and accessories much cheaper than you can buy in the shops, but you've got that added gemstone
Isn't
quality.
that where sort of most hobbyists start to get their commissions, because a bride wants something bespoke
normally want something
day.
bespoke, that's right, unique as well. And you must never forget that you're probably creating a future sort of heirloom.
Keepsake,
an heirloom type thing.
Yeah.
So gemstone's definitely the way to go.
And you're just, when you see little bridesmaids and that, they like to have a little something to keep from the day as well, don't they?
Absolutely.
Hair
Well, that's
really popular
right.
with
Totally. If you're
bridesmaids,
using
aren't
combs, tiaras, etc., bracelets, necklaces, that's your sort of gift as well, isn't it?
Can I be really cheeky?
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably what we're going to do anyway. Are we going
That's
to
the
show people
one.
how? Oh,
Yeah,
good. That's
yeah.
the one I wanted to
Yeah.
see. Shall we see how we do it?
Because there's
then?
one or two techniques on that one, actually.
Yeah, it looks so elegant. It's beautiful.
Obviously.
Good work, Linda. For once. I'm joking. I'm messing around. You know.
With a hair comb, that's not the greatest way of displaying them. They look so beautiful in the hair. Because
I was going to say, they're better actually being
because
modelled,
all
aren't
you
they?
see then in the hair are the gemstones. You're not seeing the comb part of it. So, if you can get past that sort of...
There you go. Look, I'll show everybody how good it can really look. Is that... Have I done... Look how good it can really look. Spectacular. Is it the other way around? It should be the other way around, shouldn't it? That's it. That's more like it. I'm pulling it off.
That is a first.
Oh yeah.
Bless him.
I'm
look at
rocking that out.
Actually.
I can make a bin bag look good, to be honest, in the size. Don't worry about it.
That says a lot for me hair comb.
But when we're talking about gorgeous jewellery, I was going to say, no, there we go. There you go. It doesn't really look good on me, but...
It did actually. It looked phenomenally good. I think you should stick with that look.
There you go.
Right. The first part of a hair comb then is, if we take it over here.
Of course, yeah.
It's a really simple hair comb, and it's the cut of these quartz here that are making it look quite complex.
The irregularities, isn't it?
But that to me is the gemstone literally doing the work for you there. And then from the crack quartz, I've taken out the ones that really work in this icy look. So obviously that would mean I'm taking out the clear quartz ones there, but you've got a myriad of colours in them, which obviously you could then, if you wanted to make a bridesmaid one, you could pick the colour coding most...
That's genius, actually.
Yeah, that will most really work, and you've got most of them there, the popular colours, haven't you?
Absolutely.
Shades
You've got the sky blues, the daffodil yellows, the sort of candy pinks.
Yeah, it's the shades are there for most bridal. The sort of probably average colourways that most brides go. So if you take one of the combs, first of all, I'll just show you quickly how to make the little sort of stand-up ones.
Yes.
Okay, so choose the petals that you want, or the little marquee shapes that you want. And then take the hair comb, and you can use the 0.4 wire. I've given you both. I've given you the 4, and I've also given you the 2.5. So it's a choice really which one, but they will both work for structure when they're twisted. So taking the comb, we're going to work from one side in. So we pop the excess over the top, because it's better if you can open up the little, they call tines, are they, like a fork? on the combs? I think there might be anyway.
I'm going to
sure.
go
Yeah,
with your superior
anyway,
knowledge
the comb
on that
part,
one.
you can separate those and you can always bring them back again
I would
later.
call them the teeth.
Yeah.
On a comb, but
Would
I
you?
don't know.
Okay,
If that's
you might.
what it
Yeah,
is
you might.
on-
I'm just
on a
getting
hair
mixed up
comb.
with the things from a fork, aren't I? So bring it over the top because it's best to add a gemstone or a pearl from the back. So that's going to come round and it's going to be at the back for me. Okay. So take it round again and again, just to get some real fixing on that.
A
And
little
then
bit of tension does it create?
yeah, and then trim off a little of your excess, but not all of it. Okay, and then take one of the little petals, and these are top drilled side to side, so they're ideal for this little look. Let it drop down to around a couple of inches from the comb, okay? Because as you twist, it shortens it. Then bring the wire together and let the gemstone sort of stamp out, okay, like that. And then twist the gemstone. Don't twist the wire, twist the gemstone, okay? You can see there, I've given it a little bit of support at the back there with the cross.
It's just sitting sort of nestled in the wire, isn't it?
Yeah. So just twist literally down
There's lots of
to the comb.
There's lots of design scope with this kit, isn't there? Because you've got 2 reels of wire,
Yeah.
5 strands of gemstones. There's so much you can,
There's-
and you've got the hair comb, so you can do so
tons,
much.
Yes, you don't have to. I mean, if you don't want to make hair combs, that's fine. That's fair enough. But there's lots of scope for obviously for jewellery as well. Excuse me. I mean, just those little plain and simple earrings there, they're divine.
Help you make your money back because you've got over £50 worth of items if you were to buy them separately on our website. And today you can have them to order for $39.95. Unbelievable value.
And it's Ametrine, which
Ametrine, one of the rarest gemstones.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
A one location gemstone, a one mine gemstone, only found in one mine in Bolivia. So unbelievable value when you're talking about one of the rarest gemstones. When you've got 2 strands in one kit of those Ametrine
That's probably
nuggets.
a first, actually.
It's beautiful. Wow.
Probably a first for Ametrine, yeah, for two
Linda
in
put
a
this
kit.
together.
Well, it's just luck, you know. If it's there, then you know I'll have it. Thank you very much. So when we've twisted the wire down to the top of the comb, and then it's just twisting it again onto the next. We'll call it a tooth, okay? Onto the next one, and then exactly the same again. Pop on one of the little marquees, and the only thing about these is it's quite difficult to find the hole because of the crackles, but that's fantastic because that'll hide all your structure. And again, fold the wire down, twist the gemstone again, okay, right the way down. I've left my wire a little bit short. Always work with the amount of wire that you can manage. Because when you're doing tiaras and combs, you just add more wire, so it really doesn't matter if as and when you run out of wire. So that should be a little bit longer. Pop it through to the back, and again twist it all the way around, and then we can add more wire there. Okay, now when you finish this little area here, that's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we put those at the on the one side. It's quite an asymmetric comb, this. On the one side, and then don't worry about organising them. You can see they're quite prettily bent and that there. You come back to that in the end. Don't worry about that as you're working on. And then the next thing I'll show you is this little
flourish.
Yeah, using the beading thread. Yeah, using the beading thread and crimp beads. Okay.
Ah, so you've made a feature, the component part there.
Yeah, exactly. Which I think is another one of those things about working outside the box. Once you've seen it, you think, oh, why didn't I think about that?
A bit of experimentation always pays off.
So take a crimp bead and pop it onto a length of beading thread that's probably getting on for about 20 inches, I would think. Okay, drop that crimp bead down to the center, and then as you would do if you were doing a ladder weave, pass through the crimp bead. Okay, and then move it along so that we've got center of the beading thread. So we've got that first little loop, okay? And then crimp that down. Now, the whole thing about using the crimps is because they look quite pretty. They will reflect the light, so don't worry about putting crimp covers on them. If you want to, you can. And then pop another crimp bead on. Actually, in the strand, the Gems of Distinction strand of quartz here, you've got some gorgeous little spacer beads, which would be absolutely fine to use as well. Absolutely perfect, yeah.
Don't throw anything away.
Yeah, absolutely not. So again, you popped on the crimp bead, and then take your wire around again and get it, actually I've gone slightly off base there, pinch it down to that first crimp. Now this is when you're going to have to start holding on to it, okay, because that join there we're going to wire. So just keep feeding that round, feeding it round, feeding it round, popping on crimp beads as you go, okay, popping on all the crimps as you go and keeping it much neater than I am here by pulling and getting this sort of peacock feather look. Pop on another crimp bead again and feed that round, and then when you come to the point where you've got that first coil, you'll pop on some of the, sorry Ed, would you mind very much loosening that for me? You'll pop on some of the 2-5 wire.
I've always wanted to be your glamorous assistant, you know
Thank you
that.
very much. There we go.
Not sure how glamorous
We'll
I
pop
am,
on the wire here now and feed it through. Okay, so we've got that first one in situ, so that's not going anywhere. We feed it through, oh gosh, I've lost that one there. Making a right pig's ear of this. Right, we've lost that one there, but if you imagine I've got all of the threads caught there, and that is what I anchor on to the comb.
Oh, I see.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's what and all of these have come through with the crimp beads on, so you're just left with one here that's on either side that will come out quite nicely if you just gently, see how it bends up, if you just gently with your fingernail, and then pop a couple of crimps onto that as well and crimp them down. And then if I put that down, you can see from the back that I've just wired it on.
Yeah,
it's just wired on at the back there. It's sort of hidden.
That is so gorgeous.
In that. And then what you have to do next is to work these little nuggets along, and that's again is using a fresh piece.
Just using your wire again.
Just using a fresh piece of your wire. And you can use your 2-5 or your
0.4.
or your 0.4. Now you're going to have all of these in place at the time, okay, and you're going to have your sort of peacock feather in the beading thread.
Yep.
So you need to just get in between, again anchor it on the top and over, moving that excess. Leave the excess bits in, because I'm hoping as I go along we wire those in, we don't cut it right off at the end, we wire them in so that it won't slip. And then it's just simply a matter of randomly, and I do sort of really try and emphasize on picking up random if you can. Don't look at them and think, oh, that's a small one, that's a big one, I'm going to try and make it. Because for this sort of a look, it's much better to go really, really random.
And have more of an organic feel to
That's
your
right.
work.
And bring your wire over again and then feed it onto the next tooth, as you said earlier, onto there. And then feed another one on. Now this is going to be sort of really organic look. Finding the hole in them under these lights is, there it is. See, that one will sit on the top.
Hole was some in a different place.
Yeah. Well, they're top drilled as well, which is great, because every strand here is top drilled, which is perfect for a hair comb. Okay. So as you pull that down, then you see that one's going to sit on top of that next one. So you just work again in between the teeth of the comb and bring it through and over, and then just keep working them. So in the end, you get this up and down sort of ice cubey look of not really organised, but the finished look.
It's got a really dynamic
just
feel
right,
to it.
yeah,
Just
particularly
flows,
as I say, when it's in the hair and all that's been hidden.
Absolutely gorgeous, and you can see it almost creates a bit of volume to the piece, doesn't it?
Yeah, and the other combs are worked in
pieces.
exactly the same way. On that comb there, I've just dropped some chain and wired the chain in and put some of the clear quartz drops on it, so that would be that will move around quite a lot in the hair. And then the little fantastic 2mm amethyst, I've just on that one.
You've created a little.
I've just created a little, yeah, with the wire again.
Bit of character there. Absolutely incredible. And we can see that a lot of the inspirations come from the hair combs and the gemstones being used together, hasn't it?
Very much so.
Absolutely. Unbelievable value. Should be over £50, but this morning you can add the Crowning Glory Jewellery Kit to your order for $39.95. If you want to take advantage of that, start dialing our free phone number right now. You also get over 100 pieces of silver-plated copper findings. Right now, we're going to find out what you've been doing on the Wall of Fame. Hey, welcome back to Jewellery Maker. Time now for the Wall of Fame. This is your opportunity to not only showcase your own designs, but also you will be entered into our prize draw for the chance to win either £50 or £100 added to your Jewellery Maker account every Wednesday morning. I'm going to start with number 278. This has been sent by a very regular viewer, Nick Danson. She says, here is this week's entry to the Wall of Fame. I had a baby at the end of January and I haven't had much time for jewellery making since then. I'm suffering withdrawals, but watching you is helping a bit. The photo is the pendant I've managed to make while feeding the baby. With the other hand, it was made for a jewellery group challenge called Mad as a March Hare. And this is my interpretation of madness. It has two of my favourite stones, citrine and emerald from Jewellery Maker. Ow, absolutely out of this world. And my director, Ollie, has just had a little baby, and he's very impressed that you've been able to create that whilst feeding a baby.
This is lovely, absolutely, because this is a bit like, I think this is probably the quartz equivalent, isn't it, of a fantastic lab.
Quartz, yeah.
This is number 279 and it's from Chris. This must be the fastest selling piece of jewellery that I've ever made. I had no sooner finished it and a friend called in and bought it straight away. I often say that simple designs sell well, and that actually proves it. Of course, the beautiful rutile quartz and onyx played a major part. Rutile quartz is so fascinating to look at and each piece is so unique. Totally Keep up the good work. I'm really enjoying the new boutique collections with their very high quality gemstones. I hope to be able to buy one day, and that's lots of love from Chris. Chris, that's beautiful, and you're totally absolutely right. Gemstone again is just, yes, beautiful.
Out of this world.
Beautiful.
I have got number 280, rather fetching collection of wire work here. This has come in from Sue from Essex. Says, dear all, this is my entry for the Wall of Fame. I've been practicing my wire wrapping. Can you see the deliberate mistake? I reversed the weave on the outside of the large pendant. It turned out to be a useful mistake as it demonstrated a different look.
See, happy accidents again.
There you go, another happy accident. Wow, the finish is out of this world.
Superb.
Congratulations, Sue. You have been entered into the draw as number 280.
This is a lovely, I think it's a pendant, and it's number 281, and it's from Kim in Essex. And short and sweet, Kim says, dear Jewellery Maker, this week's Wall of Fame is a pendant made from fire agate and an 8mm black agate round placed in the middle. That's love from Kim in Mistley. What a pretty name. In Essex. That would make a great Easter pendant.
Oh
actually.
yeah, it looks like a little cracked egg, doesn't it? Yeah.
Fabulous.
Good thinking.
Fabulous.
I've got number 282. This has come in from Leslie. It says, hi all at JM. Hope you like my entry for this week. The wire and beads are all from JM. Could do with a win as my stock is running low. I'm off sick at the moment, so love watching the shows. Keep up the good work. I love watching Carol and Vicky. They are mad, but they always make me smile. Good luck to everyone. Love, Leslie. Do you know what? You don't know the half of it. They're even more crazy off screen. Now, that has been Wall of Fame. We are going to come back to Wall of Fame later on in the show, but hold on a second. The tote bag is coming up. Are we going to go to a quick break? And then when we come back, we've got the opportunity to bring you the tote bag and a special bead scoop. We launched them earlier over the weekend. We are going to give you the last in stock straight after the break. And don't forget, coming up at midday, my presenter's pick, gorgeous white labradorite. So many treats still to come.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned. We're going to be back in just a couple of minutes with the bead scoop and the tote bag.
Oh.
When shopping with Jewellery Maker, you can add as many items to your order in one day and only pay one postage and packaging charge. We have two delivery options. Standard delivery at just £2.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 4 to 6 days. Or opt for our premium delivery at just £4.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 3 to 4 days. Happy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
If you love classic jewellery, then why not come and join guest designer Gemma Crow on our vintage workshop. Gemma will guide you through various beading and wirework techniques which will inspire you to create timeless designs from a bygone era. The full course includes a selection of wire, a selection of findings and charms, a bead scoop, use of all relevant tools and equipment, a buffet lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studio and a visit to our gemstone museum. All of this for just $69.95. Have a blast from the past and take home some amazing designs. For further information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
You can now keep in touch by liking Jewellery Maker UK on Facebook. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Get involved with Jewellery Maker by sending the studio a message during our live hours. You can send a text to 60777 and start your message with JM Studio, or alternatively, go to our website and click on Watch the Live Show, simply type your message into the box and press send. Make sure you stay tuned in case your message is read out. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
You can now watch clips from Jewellery Maker on our YouTube channel. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
We all know having the right tools for the job is important, so we here at Jewellery Maker have designed a toolkit which includes all your essential pliers for jewellery making, including round nose and flat nose pliers, wire cutters, as well as a bead reamer, snips and tweezers. You've got everything you need for just $9.95. We provide the tools, you provide the skills. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
Welcome back to Jewellery Maker. Now we're about to give you basically a 60-second offer. This was launched at the start of the weekend. You may have missed it. If so, start dialing that free phone number right now because I've only got double figures available in stock and it is $9.95. You get one of these specially creative bead scoops. As you can see, a real variety of gemstones in terms of cut, size, colour tones. There you go, that's a perfect display of everything that you're likely to get in one of our specially created bead scoops, and you also get these findings. Oh wow, we've got only 49 available now. We started the weekend with hundreds of these and now we've got just double figures remaining. You can see they're going out the door in fives. If you want to get involved, start dialing that free phone number right now, particularly if you've already got a P&P up and running. Have a look at these findings. You've got 115 pieces. A metre of chain, you've got your head pins, your eye pins, your ribbon cord endings, your jump rings, your crimp bead covers, your toggle clasp, your earring findings, your little special detailed clasp there. Love that one. Got that little matte finish. And it's quite an interesting little clasp actually, isn't it? So 115 pieces in total of your silver plated copper, including that metre's worth of chain. Wow, that's going to come in handy. Look at that. I've only got 35 remaining in stock at under £10. Oh, 30 more like. Okay, it's going to be a sellout. I said it would be about a 60-second deal. That's how quickly they've been flying out all weekend, and now we've only got 20 remaining in stock. For me, it's an add it to your order opportunity. It's a trade show style offer, because when you're getting over 100 findings, in fact 115 in total, I've just messed up the lovely display that Amelia made. I'm such a loser. I'm sorry. And you've got your little bead scoop. Comes in your little organza bag. Massive variety of gemstones, and we're approaching single figures of availability. If you want to get involved, start dialing that free phone number, or of course you can shop with us at jewellerymaker.com. Just click to buy now, add it to your basket. Make sure you check out to avoid disappointment, because of course if you just put it in your basket, that's a signal of intent, but somebody could phone up and nab it out of your basket if you haven't checked out. And we've only got 7 remaining in stock. I think we started the weekend with over 500 of these and now we've got 5. That's how popular this item's been. If you want to get involved, you need to be dialing that free phone number right now for one of the last in stock. It's a get started jewellery making collection really, because you've got all the finds you can need and a massive variety of gemstones, so you're going to definitely find something you can work with. It looks like it's going to be a sellout. I'm going to leave that one with you at just $9.95, and we've got 2 left in stock. So the next 2 people to dial our free phone number can add that to their 1 P&P per day. You still got your 30-day money-back guarantee. Have a look at this. It's totes amazing. This has been one of the most reordered items ever here at Jewellery Maker. Ever since we first had it, we've had to reorder it so many times because it is just so popular. Whenever I speak to jewellery makers who attend our workshops and they come down to the studios, they're all going mad for this bag. And now we know why. Because as Linda says, you can use it to not only store your jewellery making goods, but also your bottles of wine. Do you know what I think makes it so popular? It's the perfect way to transport your items if you're creating designs while you're on the move, or of course if you're actually just travelling to an actual craft fair. Yeah. Because I think when it's opened up, you know, if you put everything in and put the lid down on it, you might damage your work, but you can see everything safe. Yeah, and that's the key word, see. It's that type of bag because it's got nice strong sides. Nothing, you know when you're looking for something particular and it's the last thing in the bottom of the bag, but you can see the organising I don't personally, but I've seen women experiencing this
it's
on
called
many
a rummage,
occasions.
yeah, but you don't have to rummage in that because
no,
you can it's very much an organiser.
It's very, very useful. Actually, it's really difficult to show you the inside, but I don't know if I can maybe dislocate my wrist, but can you see there? Oh, no. First of all, I was going to show the loops, the way you can put your tools in there. In fact, hold on. Is there any way I can just walk over there and get a tool?
Here we go.
Oh, I was thinking of a ring mandrel. Have you got a ring mandrel? Somebody's going to bring.
Ah, somebody's.
They're in the drawer, I think. There you go. Oh, thank you, Martha. There we go. Some tools. This is what I wanted to show you. You can see how these slot in to the little loops in the side, so you can hold it. There you go, a ring mandrel, perfect. Thank you, Amelia. There you go. The reason I wanted this is because it's obviously a different colour, so we'll be able to see it, you see? So we can see it now, the ring mandrel in the little holder. There's so many different compartments. Look, there's one in here. I actually, the last time I had this on air was on the relaunch of The Late Show. And I think I got something like 40 reels of wire into it. Yeah, just kept on putting them in. Say again? I'll show you exactly how much you can fit in here. I'm going to get in trouble off Chloe.
Yeah, I was about to say,
our
it's
production
good job
manager
Chloe's
now,
not here.
because I've just messed up these. So there you go. She'll have my guts for garters, but I'll show you. I can get it all in there. I'm going to get more wire. So I've put 6 reels of wire in that one compartment. You can't even see it. Do you know what? The really interesting thing is, if you did want to store, say, your ring mandrel and your wire in one side, it is actually partitioned in the centre, so you can put your made-up jewellery in one side and your wire in the other. It's quite difficult to show you that on air because of this really sturdy handle. The handle is so well made. And actually, I was going to say, when I think I might be wrong, and somebody will probably text in and correct me, but I think we got 46 reels of wire into it. And even then, it was really comfortable to carry because of how sturdy the handle is, but also we've got this comfy rubber grip handle. Sounds silly, but little things like that are important when you're travelling around to craft fairs and what have you.
Yeah, because
it's a long day, isn't it?
Yeah, and if you can get that much stuff into one bag, it's much easier to carry that than like 5 bags.
Yeah, having all the suitcase. I've seen so many people, they take to craft fairs with suitcases, haven't they? Yeah, because they're on handles. But these are really, really useful. Specially designed for all of you jewelers and crafters out there. Let's have a look at the price point. It's backed by popular demand and it is available for under £20. £17.95. For me, it's a no-brainer, and do you know what? This is the perfect gift for a jewellery maker, because you may not know what discipline they're into. Maybe you know they're a wire worker, but you don't know what gauge of wire they work with. You don't know what gemstones they love to incorporate into designs. A very generic item. Or how about this? If you've actually bought items to give somebody, maybe you could put them all in this. A little ribbon on the top. The perfect little gift bag for any jewellery maker. Would be a fantastic retirement gift. Never thought of that, because maybe some people, you know, are thinking of taking up certain crafts when they
that's a really
stop working
nice
every day.
idea,
Never
isn't
thought
it?
of that.
Yeah.
That's Martha's idea. Give
That's
that girl a
really nice
coconut.
idea. There's a lady on the work
On the
on the Sunday
experience.
experience. I've got my words all wrong today. In there, Norma, and she's been most days this week
Oh, I
for
was just
various.
speaking to Norma, yeah.
Yes, and she said exactly that. She said she retired, and now she's come here for almost a week on workshops, and she's finding all the different mediums and the
disciplines.
niches. Yeah, so a bag like that is all you need if you're doing something like that. Perfect.
It's the perfect gift. And how about this? We're talking about retirement gifts, but you know what? These days, lots of people don't eat chocolate for Easter, do they? My mum it's not just about calories, you know, because my mum is diabetic. I can't buy her an Easter egg, so I'm actually looking for something that I can buy my mum for Easter, and something like this might just fit the bill. As I say, if you're already into jewellery making, or if somebody in your household is already into jewellery making, but you know, aren't as informed about the hobby as they are, this is the perfect gift. At £17.95, this is out of this world in terms of value. I mean, you can pay, if you go to like craft stores for storage bags, you can pay like £40, £50, and they're not even necessarily as large as this. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extra compartments all the way around. And do you know what? This is going to sound maybe a little bit silly, but if you do turn up to your craft fair and you've got a really colourful bag like this, you know, whose stall do you think people are going to be attracted to? Well, the first place they're going to go is the cupcake stall. I know that, because I've been to craft fairs and they're always going home while everybody else is still setting up.
Yes.
And then they're going to go to the most colourful stall, the stall that looks the most professional. When you've got all of your items organised in a storage bag like this, people are going to know that you mean business. If you want to get involved, you can dial that free phone number right now, or alternatively, you can click to buy now on JewelleryMaker.com. There's an anonymous buyer in Ayrshire. That's where my family are from. I don't sound Scottish. I've lived in England for too long, that's what it is. If you want to get involved, start dialing that free phone number right now. People are flying in to get hold of the tote bag. I don't know when we're going to get this back in stock, so once it sells out, it could take us quite a few months. It did last time. It took us quite a few months to get it back in stock. I think the time we had before was well before Christmas, and it's now Easter. So when it's gone, it's gone. I mean, honestly, you can take my word for it, or you can do your own research. Have a look online, or even go to your craft stores and see how much you can be paying for storage bags that are made to this kind of quality. £17.95 is all you're going to pay, under £20 for the ever popular tote bag. I'm going to leave that one with you. You might see it later on in the show. We're going to move on, and don't forget, coming up at midday, this exciting presenter pick. Although I think it's pretty much everybody's pick, to be quite honest, because it's got so many desirable attributes. That optical effect, you can see that beautiful blue labradorescence coming through, as well as that two-tone monochrome look. Wow, you can see some like golden labradorescence coming through on the other side of the gemstone. That is phenomenal. And it's coming up at midday, so not too long to wait for that. I've also got a brand new strand of iolite, Mexican fire opal, gorgeous amethyst, bronzite, crackled quartz, and of course, that exclusive findings offer where we are going to bring you over 2,000 bindings, and I'm being told that this is going to be launched at 11 AM. I know that everyone's going to be flying in for that, and it's just over half an hour's time before that comes up. I'm going to leave that one with you. We're going to move on. I'm going to bring you a very, very popular combination of gemstones. For me, it's not just about the gemstones or the colour tones you get in here. It's actually all about the cut. Have a look at these first of all. These are your clear quartz, over 100 carats. They're 8mm. But have a look at the lapidary work. That's the gem cutting. They're like little rosebuds, just flowering. And you'll just see, if you look closer, you can see those carvings on the surface of the gemstone, hand carved gemstones to create these beautiful little rosebuds. Can you imagine how difficult it is to take each and every one of these? I mean, we're talking about genuine gemstones. You know, the pressure's on, but you've actually got some of the most skilled lapidarists in the world working on these gemstone strands, carving these beautiful little rosebuds out of your clear quartz. And actually, if you got hold of that last kit, this would be a fantastic addition to your hair combs, don't you think, Linda?
Definitely. Yeah, absolutely. You can't go wrong with it.
Fantastic. Perfect for your bridal commissions. And the incredible lapidary work doesn't stop there, because have a look at these. So we've gone from one where you've got your little round rosebuds to have a look at these, your flat red agate flower coins. They're 12mm in size. And actually, the really interesting thing about these, which I'm not sure if this is really, they've actually got a little ridge in the side, carved into the side. So that gives you so much design scope, doesn't it? Because they're through drilled. So you could either have them sort of dangling off a head pin. You could actually just use two to create a pair of earrings. But you do have lots of different opportunities, maybe within braiding designs or wirework designs, to incorporate these in by using that little carved ridge. They look incredible. I love the variation of colour tones you've got here. You've got sort of a massive range from those beautiful translucent tones to your honey-like hues, and then your rich tangerines, and even your bold ruby reds coming through in that strand of red agate as well. So over 200 carats, but it's all about that lapidary work again, those gorgeous carvings, giving you that individualistic look from your gemstone strands. And once you've got your white and red roses, you need your little leaves, don't you? And here, these are actually classified as leaf-shaped beads. 17 by 14mm in size, over 150 carats. The reason these have actually been classified in that way, if I just put these strands down, have a look at the little curvature that has been cut into these little green aventurine beads, just to give them that organic feel. You know, basically emulating Mother Nature. She doesn't get it wrong very often, does she? And you can see those gorgeous leaf-shaped beads combined with your two floral cut strands. So it's like a little rose bush in one bundle, and named appropriately Floral Frenzy. The three-strand collection of red agate, green aventurine and clear quartz. Let's have a look what you'd pay if you were to buy all of these separately any other day from us here at Jewellery Maker. From our website, it'd be $21.35. But we have taken these together, we've bundled them to create a discount code for 1 day only. It's going to be available at $16.95. So you're saving over £5. And that works out at less than £6 a strand. Can you imagine how labour intensive it is to source and mine for these gemstones and then hand them over to, you know, somebody with a lifetime's worth of experience in gemstone cutting, who's then dedicated their time and, you know, I think there is a little bit of, I think we're slightly blasé sometimes here on Jewellery Maker because of all the wonderful gemstones we see and how well they're all cut and faceted. I think we almost get a little bit blasé about what we're seeing. I don't think we can underestimate the amount of time and commitment that's gone into not only mastering the art of lapidary work, but creating these beautiful carvings. I mean, how do you feel when you look at a strand pattern like this, Linda?
Well, I feel exactly the same as that it's quite a miracle when you think about it from the time that they start to form in the earth. Yeah. And then they get to the guy in, the lapidarist, that then decides, I mean, not only does he actually physically do them, I mean, I've been watching some programs on gems recently, but he has to decide what to do with them.
Absolutely.
By, the gemstone he's got, by the quality of that rough, etc., etc. So there's a lot of work involved in bringing something from the earth to us here.
I think that's the beauty of gemstones like quartz and agate, because they're a little bit more readily available, because they're a little bit denser than other gemstones. When the lapidarist does get hold of them, obviously he feels a little bit more confident, a little bit to feel more experimental and to try those more elaborate cuts.
Definitely.
You can see that in these 3 strands here, absolutely. And we are actually approaching limited stock availability on this. It's been so popular. If you want to get involved, start dialing that free phone number right now. To be honest, when you're working with a bundle like this, all the work's already done, isn't it?
Yes, because you've got those sort of floral cuts, then the work is done for you. I absolutely,
sort of leads your creativity.
I absolutely agree with that. So you can keep your designs really simple, just so the beauty of the gemstone takes centre stage.
That's nice. Well, I'm going to leave that one with you at £16.95, less than £6 a strand, and we're going to move on to the chance to offer you some real summery colour tones here. Now, I've got something very interesting to tell you all about one of these strands actually. I've been doing my own little bit of research with the workshops here, little sort of focus groups, just to get an idea of what people are looking for. And do you know what? I was talking to somebody about this exact strand, this frosted, almost neon yellow shell plain rounds. They're 10mm in size, and I was almost describing them as sort of like a high-vis gemstone, if you like.
Yes.
But do you know what? The jewellery maker in question that I was talking to actually said to me they received a strand of this as one of our mystery bundles, and when they first saw it, they were like really standoffish, and they thought it's a little bit, maybe a little bit loud for some of the designs they were creating, because they usually work with pastel shades. But it wasn't until they got a commission where they needed something vibrant that they understood what they were going to do with it. So sometimes having a gemstone like this in your stash is going to actually lead your creativity, and when that commission comes about, when that design finally lands, you'll know exactly what to match this up with and how to use it.
Yeah, it's funny you should say that. I took my
working backwards, isn't it?
Yeah, I took my little niece to a very trendy American dinery that's just opened in town near where I live, and a lot of they're quite young, the people that are working there, and a lot of them were really sort of dressed vintage, almost 50s, very early 60s, when a lot of these, we used to call them luminous.
Yes.
Luminous beads were really big in the hair and everywhere, and it was really sort of boppy type of. Do you know what the picture I'm coming
exactly
from? Late 50s,
so
early
like
60s.
50s diner.
So a lot of vintage stuff from all the eras is really big now, and 50s is getting huge, and that's the one.
So that's interesting, because you would think, looking at it, you would think that they would be perfect for contemporary designs, but actually you're linking them back to sort of a vintage
exactly, because
feel
what comes round goes round.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you go back to the past to look at things, and then you contemporise them. But with that gemstone, you've just got all of that that creativity there. So don't be scared of it.
Somebody just made a fantastic suggestion. Was it Kirsty? I see, producer Kirsty, who will be in charge of the Designer Inspiration Show, was saying these are perfect for the centre of a daisy design.
Absolutely.
So if you find some marquise cut white gemstones, I think we've got some shell, some white shell marquise ones. Those would be perfect. And let's have a look at this. Orange crackled quartz. These are nuggets. They're 8x7mm in size. Well, it says they're 8x7. I think that's, you know, on average, because there are irregularities in the sizes and shapes because they're nuggets. Do you know what it looks like? It looks like really high quality amber. You know how popular amber is. It has that organic feel because of the crackled effect that you get, all that texture, that depth. Then this rich amber-like tone, plus have a look at this, some real colour bang. Now you don't actually have to use these all together. You could actually just buy this strand pack in order to have an injection of colour in your gemstone stash, but it does look rather fantastic, the purples and oranges together, and actually these are the perfect combination for a bit of colour blocking. I told you I was a fashionista. I've got all the terms down now, Linda.
Yeah.
Over 350 carats of purple impression jasper. Another very, very popular gemstone here. Mostly thanks to that gorgeous banding. That really bespoke feel. And actually, if I just turn this round, because they're through drilled, they make perfect pendants. They're large enough at 25x18mm to make a real impact on your designs, aren't they?
Sutage.
Oh, and because of the domed-like effect you've got and the size, they're perfect for Sutage designs. Thanks, Linda. So if you're involved with Sutage, or if you want to be involved with Sutage, I'll show you a little design. Have a look at this. This is the perfect design to show you how you could incorporate these impression jaspers, or imperial jaspers, into a Sutage design. So you have this one feature gemstone, normally a cabochon, but it could be a puffy drop. And then you sort of frame it using this threading technique. There's also a little bit of sewing involved, isn't there?
Yes, but it's only, if you can sew a button on, you can sew Sutage.
There you go. So very simple textile work.
Yeah.
And then you frame it with the smaller rounds to create these feature pendants. I mean, that's a very elaborate one. Here's another, here's a more feminine one that's quite similar to the design we've got, but you can see featuring a large pink cabochon there. But you can see very similar banding in the impression jasper. So a 3-strand pack here with your impression jasper in these huge purple or magenta-like droplets. Then you've got your crackled orange quartz and your frosted yellow shell pearl for $12.95. More incredible value from us here at Jewellery Maker. We pride ourselves on being able to bring you the best value on the market, especially when it comes to genuine gemstones, because of course we're part of the Genuine Gemstone Company, and we reflect the buying power we have in the prices we give you. $12.95 for your Rainbow Brights 3-strand pack. I'm going to leave that one with you, and now that we've just been talking about Sutage, why don't we give everybody the opportunity to get hold of some Sutage cord. So actually you're getting 5 reels of your Sutage cord. Look at those colour tones there.
That's perfect with that last bundle. Perfect.
I think it's important to have those vibrant colours in your stash. Now that I've spoke to somebody who's sort of, you know, when you hear sort of real life experiences, then you sort of understand it, don't they? It puts it in context and saying like, oh, if I hadn't had those gemstones, I probably wouldn't have been able to create the design I wanted to.
Absolutely. Those two together are perfect with that last bundle. I can see that piece in my head now.
Well, my hands aren't big enough to hold one. Keep dropping one. So we've got your amethyst purple, your sort of burgundy, your tangerine, your golden colour, and your blue. And these are all 3 yards, which is 2 meters 91 centimeters.
Gosh, that sounds.
If I've done the right conversion, I'll probably get it right. And they're 3mm in diameter, so is that sort of the perfect diameter for use with Sutage?
That is yes, it is. It's a very good quality Sutage, that is. We get that from Bead Smith.
Yes.
Which are a very reputable company, brilliant for tools and anything to do with jewellery making. So it's absolutely perfect. It works really well, and it stacks nicely because it's so professionally made. But Sutage looks, if you look on online and that, and you look at how many people in Eastern Europe now are doing very, very bright Sutage pieces in those exact same colours.
You know what? Actually, Sutage is really interesting from, you know, a craft point of view, because you're sort of layering your design, aren't you? So you're always building on the focal
Again,
point
you're
of the
using
piece.
all the key terms today. It is a building thing. You can sit and make elements every evening for like a month, and then jigsaw them together and see what you get, and it's phenomenal. It really is.
That's
phenomenal.
exactly how I see it, actually. So that's good. I've clearly understood this discipline. That's good. The colours of Sutage, a 5-cord collection. How about this? Less than £1 a pack this morning.
That's excellent value.
£4.95. This is the perfect add it to your order item. If you've already invested with us this morning, maybe you got hold of our high-end kit, maybe our bead scoop collection, maybe you got hold of our challenge kit or one of our bundles, you've already paid your £2.95 P&P. So you can just keep adding to that order, particularly if you just got hold of those beautiful impression jaspers. Why not expand the range of techniques that you incorporate into your jewellery designs by adding the Sutage cord to your order for just £4.95. You know, at that price point, particularly if you've already got a P&P up and running, it's sort of a good idea just to get hold of it in case you ever fancy trying Sutage. You've got the stock in your stash then,
well, the thing is, if you do try it, and I find this on the workshops that I do here, if you do try it, you will be addicted.
Oh really?
Yeah, you will
That
definitely.
one,
There's no ifs and buts about it. It sucks you in, absolutely.
Well, I have seen lots of people, you know, get more and more engrossed by this Sutage discipline over the last 12 months. In fact, because obviously I used to be the sales manager of the channel, and so obviously I've had a lot of involvement in the different products and the lines that we've had in stock here. And I'll tell you, for about, I would say 18 months, I really struggled to work out why nobody wanted to work with the cabochons, and I couldn't really understand it. And I think even our expert designers will admit that they're a little bit intimidated by the cabochons. Nobody really wanted to have a go with them. Nobody wanted to incorporate them into design. And then as soon as Sutage came along,
I think it's because cabochons, flat-back cabochons, don't have a hole in them.
That's it.
So it will phase you a little bit.
So if you're doing traditional beading, it is a little bit, it does throw people, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sutage allows you to incorporate so many things into a design as a result.
Definitely.
Lots of people multi-buying this item, making the most of the value that we're giving you there. £4.95 is an add it to your order price, particularly if you've already paid your £2.95 for your P&P today. So congratulations to everybody coming through on the phone lines, and particularly to people maximising on their one P&P by multi-buying that item. I'm going to leave that on with you. Great way to get started with Sutage, and we're now going to move on to a rather gorgeous combination of Moonstone. So different varieties of Moonstone, both strands coming from our Gems of Distinction range. Now, if you don't know what that means, basically, as JewelleryMaker has expanded over the last 4 years, we've opened buying offices all over the world in order to ensure we can give you the best value and the best quality of some of the rarest gemstones on the planet. When we get a strand that is of a particularly high quality, it will fall into our Gems of Distinction range, which represents the best quality we can source for you. Generally being sourced in Jaipur, in the Pink City, which is the premier location for gemstone trading all across the world right now. So tends to be there, but it could be other locations where we source our Gems of Distinction strands. And have a look at these strands of Moonstone. Now, Moonstone is one of those gemstones which I think epitomises why we work with the real deal, why we source genuine gemstones, because it's all to do with the history and the prestige that's attached to Mother Nature's work rather than just, you know, machined glass beads. No, we always say they have their place, but I think when you're working with a gemstone which has been appreciated for thousands of years, then you can understand why people have that association with gemstones. Why, you know, something that's been around for millions of years and been revered for thousands of years makes someone feel special. And of course, people have a special association with this gemstone because it may be their birthstone. Only very, very special people are born in the month that Moonstone represents, I'll say. Very important people are born in the month. My birthday's in June, and Moonstone is the birthstone for June.
Yeah, I thought it might be.
What a coincidence.
That's a real
That
coincidence.
it's, you know, the gemstone for the most important month, and I'm born in that month.
Do you know, I think it covers
It
all
has
of the
two
months, doesn't it?
gemstones for June, pearls and
Yeah,
moonstone.
beautiful, I think, yeah. I mean, to me, looking at that now, I would have, had I been in charge of placing birthstones to months, I would have put that November or January, because it looks like, you know, the glow from a January moon.
Yes.
In a clear sky, and then the sort of deeper ones looks like a misty November moon.
You know what, I was talking about this the other day. I was saying that I was saying about how some gemstones are really appropriate for their month and others aren't. I was saying Peridot is perfect for August because you know, those vibrant lime greens are what you associate with that month.
But I'd love to be in charge of that.
I like Moonstone being my birthstone, so don't change it.
Sorry, I won't change it then, yeah.
This is a gemstone that's been set into jewellery since 100 AD, originally revered by the ancient Romans, who believed that this little schiller that you can see really prominently on this sample of Moonstone, that little schiller was actually shards of moonlight that have been placed there by the lunar gods, and that's where it gets its name from. And it's that kind of history, that kind of prestige, which adds that little je ne sais quoi to your jewellery designs. Beautiful faceted rice beads, and I love the elongation you've got with these as well. You've got a real combination of colour tones here, from your storm cloud greys to beautiful, because you've got this translucency on some combined with that schiller, it almost looks like a bit of a pearlescence. Do you know what I mean? It has that similar effect. They'd be perfect teamed up with pearls actually, wouldn't they?
Absolutely perfect.
Gorgeous. You've even got apricot tones here, so a bit of peach moonstone there as well on this strand. But that's not the only strand of moonstone you've got here. And I was talking about that pearlescent effect that you've got from the translucent tones, perfectly set against the almost silver-like schiller you've got from your grey moonstone. And again, it's providing you with a bit more character and a bit of that drama that you get from these darker gemstones, almost like a little bit of moodiness. Looks like those storm clouds rolling across the sky. Absolutely gorgeous. And actually, you've got a bit of banding on some of these gemstones as well, so even more individuality, which is going to add to your designs and allow you to create unique and bespoke pieces of jewellery. This is your Moonstone Moments 2-strand collection, both coming from our Gems of Distinction range. Over 150 carats of moonstone as part of this bundle. And here comes your price this morning. Huge saving. And people are already on the phone lines. That's what we like to see. $15.95 out of this world. So we're talking about less than £8 per strand. And these are coming from our Gems of Distinction range, representing probably the best quality moonstone we can source for you here at JewelleryMaker for less than £8 a strand. And actually, because you've got your top drill drops here, you can make your money back off making just a really basic set, couldn't you? So a matching pendant and droplet earrings, you make your money back. The rest, well, what would you do with the rest, Linda?
Oh, I've just seen that in my head with chocolate browns and golds.
So maybe smoky brown?
And yes.
Smoky quartz, sorry,
yeah,
or
yeah, smoky
bit
quartz.
of bronzite? How about a bit of bronzite?
Fantastic, because team it then with gold bits and bobs, little spacers,
Real
and
opulence.
gold wire work, gold threads.
Nice idea. Some gold threads. Can you use these ones?
Oh, beautiful, aren't they? Look, so excited about
Bit of gold
those.
thread. That's going to come up as part of this Sari collection. That'll look good with these
Oh
tones.
yes.
Okay, we're going to come to that shortly, in fact. So if you do want to add the Moonstone collection to your order, then it's just $15.95. Congratulations to everybody on the phone lines making the most of that 1 P&P per day. I can see some familiar names up there. That's the way to do it. We're going to move on now. Are we doing the these Sari packs or the kit with Sari? Oh. Okay, we're going to do the Sari kit. So what we've done is this morning, because Luscious Linda has put together the fantastic jewellery making kits that we're seeing this morning, it's incorporated a little bit of Sari silk into one of the kits so that we can, you know, expand our jewellery disciplines that we work with and try and incorporate different mediums, different textures into our designs. That's where it's at right now. People are utilising these different textures and mediums to enhance their jewellery designs. So let's have a look at everything you're going to get. I'm going to show everybody the gemstones first because lots of people like to make their decisions based on the gemstones they're going to get. Wow. Pretty popular gemstones, huh? We're talking about gemstone I've just made reference to. Gorgeous Peridot, August birthstone. And again, in one of our most versatile sizes. These are your 3mm round, so perfect for so many different disciplines, whether it be those Sutage designs we've just been discussing, or just your simple beady beads, whether it's kumihimo, micro macrame. There are so many uses for your 3mm rounds. They are so popular. And Peridot, I think the most appropriate birthstone of them all, because it makes me feel summery when I look at those vivacious, vibrant greens. Looks gorgeous. More fire than a diamond. And have a look at this. Teamed up with, this is my favourite colour combination in fashion jewellery designs. Purple and green together. Looks fantastic. We've got lavender amethyst here. Probably our most popular cut, bicones. 6mm bicones. People love to get hold of this cut of gemstone. Beautiful bicones, and I think it's just because of those extra facets which gives you that little play of light. So I think you can still create the same designs that you would with a round, only you get that little bit of sparkle. Then one of the most difficult gemstones for us to get hold of here at JewelleryMaker, because this is the variety of apatite that all the big boys snap up straight away. Very, very competitive market for your neon apatite. These are your little plain rondelles. They range in size from 3x1 to 5x3, and you can absolutely see why this is called neon apatite, can't you? The clue's in the title. That gorgeous, almost inner glow that you get against the backdrop of those beautiful royal blues and sky blues. Fantastic gemstone. Again, one of those gemstones that gets the creative juices flowing. The second you see those electric blues, you just want to start working with that strand, don't you? And then we've got genuine cultured pearls as part of this kit. This is a seriously high-end kit, a boutique bundle put together by Linda herself. These are 8x7mm in size. They're potato pearls, slight irregularities on the size and shape. Again, I think that's going to feed into your design. It's going to provide you with that character and that texture that you're looking for when you're creating bespoke jewellery designs. So 4 strands as part of this boutique collection. Peridot, neon apatite, lavender amethyst, and gorgeous cultured green pearls. This is a really springtime or summertime collection, isn't it, Linda?
It certainly is, yeah. It's very elegant, actually.
Beautiful.
When it's put into jewellery, it's really elegant.
That's not all you get. You also get this huge cuff. Now, these are everywhere right now. If you go down the high street, this is a brass 2-inch width domed cuff blank. So you could actually do loads of things with this. If you're into your metal stamping or your silver clay or polymer, you could probably set polymer onto it.
Yeah, you can. Yes, you certainly can. You can do loads of things.
This
with it,
gives you loads of
design. You can transfer with your, I think with, you know, the transfer resins.
We used it. I did it last Saturday morning with Debbie. Actually, the clear resins, and you can transfer. So you could take a little So a little poem, or even just a sample of wallpaper or newspaper.
That's right, and they look stunning.
And it puts it on there, yeah. So lots of designs here with that. We've also got a huge amount of your Sari silk, and this is in this sort of earthy, almost, what colour would we call this? Taupe. I'll tell you what, if you have got a nice colour name for this, then text us on 60777. I'm struggling to come up with a name. Not something I normally struggle with, renaming items on air.
It's a really nice neutral colour though, getting it will work with anything.
You see loads of fashion pieces of...
yeah, you know, the sort of nude tones,
yes.
the very pale peachy pinks and that will settle in with those.
It.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
How much Sari ribbon do you get? You get it's done in weight rather than length,
it's like
which is
wool and that. It's done in
so
weight.
It's 100 grams.
But there is
like silk.
I would imagine. I don't know, and I've never tested it, but it'd probably go around the car park 3 times.
It goes ridiculously far. I mean, look how much you've got there.
Once you take them all into
it looks a bit like
separate.
fresh pasta. I like that. It's going everywhere. There you go. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's
so you've got a lot. You've actually got a lot there, haven't you? A lot more than it looks.
It is silk, and it is taken from saris. You know, when saris are made, they are the remaining bits. Like
so
I don't want to call them sari scraps because they're not, but that's what they come in. They're the offcuts.
I was going to say they're offcuts, but actually they form something rather big. So it's basically upcycling.
That's right.
And we've also got this really, really useful ultra suede foundation sheet. So that's in your nude colour or your camel tone. Everything you see here is all part of Linda's boutique collection this morning, and it's available for $34.95. How much would you pay for just the neon apatite and the peridot alone? I'd be prepared to pay. I'll be looking at what, $14.95 to $19.95 just for the peridot and the apatite.
Oh, absolutely. The culture pearl as well. Apatite.
So then you've got the pearls. You've also got you've got the lavender amethyst as well as all of that Sari silk and that huge cuff. I mean, I don't even know how easy those are to source, to be honest.
They're not. They're not. It's probably taken us a year to get them.
Oh, really?
Strangely enough, yeah. But this, as it's a boutique collection, I am allowed to add
a few
to
extra
it
bits,
because we don't put findings.
You can see
with it.
exactly what you've been able to create by incorporating a bit of wire.
What we've got later in the show, which is a real treat, are the Sari silk cordings to use with it. So I was allowed to use those as well. So it's got it's just got such a huge scope. I mean, if you like your Sari silks and necklaces and things, then that's fantastic, but they work so well with the cuff bracelet because you can sew them in. The ultra suede's there.
That's out of this world.
The ultra suede is there for you to sew onto. I use it for soutashing, backing any soutache pieces.
So actually, this is the perfect boutique collection for a soutache worker because you've got the 3mm peridot round.
It is.
You've got the backing. You've got the Sari silk, which you can presumably incorporate into soutache.
Do you know, I hadn't thought of that, but yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
Wow, I love that design. You know, and producer Martha loves that. In fact, keep an eye on that at 1 p.m.
It's strange, isn't it? But that type of jewellery does it for everybody, really.
I love it.
It's so wearable. Yeah, it is. It's beautiful. And the gemstones being so vibrant as well.
And they're doing a lot of the work for you, aren't they? They're sort of breaking up the chain. And
very much so, yeah.
Again, you don't have to do a lot when you've got these colour tones because you've got the pastel shades from the lavender amethyst and the pearls combined with the vibrancy from the neon apatite and the peridot.
Yeah,
fantastic combination.
That's exactly right, and so they all work together so beautifully. But that apatite there just gives it that little bit of a highlight. Which,
absolutely.
You know, don't be afraid of that because, as you can see with this, I really think it works.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can see here once again you've made a bit of a feature of the component parts here on this necklace because you've created that floral motif from the wire. How long would this have taken you to create?
Not long at all, because those little flowers. I mean, as soon as we had these fantastic sort of shiny lurexy cords in,
so good.
I knew immediately. I did a necklace not long ago similar to that one using wire, but as soon as I saw these, I wanted to repeat it, because we've got the 3 shades going through, and we've got more coming up later, I know, as well.
Yeah, we are going to be able to offer you these cords today.
Yeah, that's the one that goes with
that
one.
I think Martha, who is in charge of the products and prices, is about to give you the details for this item right now. So these are your gold, your rose gold, and your antique bronze. You do get a pack of 3, so you get all 3 packs here, giving you 375 metres.
It's stunning, isn't it?
I love the colour tones.
Can you imagine macrame with that? Kumihimo with that?
Look, really elegant, high-end macrame
Very
designs.
much so, yes. Very, very much so. I can imagine Mark's going to do that, isn't he?
There's a little character missing from the code on screen. Don't worry about that. Either dial our free phone number and speak to a member of our help team. They'll add this item to your order. Or, of course, if you're shopping at JewelleryMaker.com, it's a simple click of a button to add this to your basket. 3 reels for $6.95.
Wow, that's fantastic price.
So good job she's the boss.
I would almost expect to pay that for one, you know, if I walked
Absolutely.
into a haberdashery store. I would, yeah.
Have a look. So this is what you've created these beautiful floral motifs from, and you can add 3 of these to your order for $6.95. So I don't often these days get phased by the prices. I used to. When I was a sales manager, I got very phased by the prices. Since I've been down here in front of the camera, I've got to know what producers are like, and they like to give everybody a deal, but that is out of this world.
Absolutely stunning deal.
So that's less than £2.50 a reel. Oh my word, look how many people are multi-buying this item. People flying in on the phones. Do you know what? I'm not having a go at anybody. I understand it's different for all businesses and they function in different ways. But I recently went to an independent craft shop and they were selling cords and threads and ribbons for £1.30 a metre.
Yes, oh, absolutely. I mean, we
375 metres for $6.95. That is unbelievable value.
What I like about now is the diversity of what we're offering, because it all crosses, or it crosses all the mediums through jewellery making, and all of us designers are doing that. So it's giving us more scope, isn't it, to use things in our own ways. And as I just said, I can imagine Sarah Elvin using this with a Kumihimo.
Absolutely.
And Mark with his macrame, and knitting, crochet. I mean, those little flowers are crochet.
In fact, even if you don't jewellery make, these would be perfect for so many different crafts. My sister's massively into scrapbooking right now, and she's invested in loads of stuff like this. Oh, I should pick up one for my sister, actually.
Any textile
especially in these colour tones.
Well.
Oh, actually. Wow. If she's doing a Christmas scrapbook or Christmas cards. You know, you've got to take the deals while they're available, really, haven't you?
It's infinite, the uses for these. Completely infinite, isn't it? You know, you can. Anybody comes up with something really off the wall, just let us know. But I'm almost certain it's infinite. So, just to warn everybody, there is a character missing from the code, but it shouldn't really affect anybody's ability to add these to it. In fact, it hasn't stopped the last 200 people from flying in on the phone lines. So if you do want to get involved, start dialing that free phone number right now, or of course, click to buy now at JewelleryMaker.com. It looks like the gold, rose gold and antique bronze could be a sellout today, so make sure if you put it in your basket, you check out to avoid disappointment. While that is flying out the door, we're going to give you the opportunity to own the silver, red and green. For me, I don't know why, this is making me feel a little bit Christmassy. I wonder why.
I should say silver, ruby and emerald. That would be more appropriate, wouldn't
diamond, ruby, emerald, that's fantastic.
Oh, nice,
this for tomorrow. This for ruby wedding anniversary.
What about if you got the challenge kit?
And this for everything.
To work with that really nicely, wouldn't
absolutely.
Pack of 3, emerald green, ruby red and silver sari, all for $6.95. So what else could we do with these? Because we were just venturing into that, weren't we? But I've seen people creating little things for if they're creating cards, because I know you used to be involved in creating cards, didn't you? You've done all. I mean,
even something as simple as having that as your, if you've just got a card and you've turned it over into 2 and you've put, say, a parchment centre to it, and then you want something at the side. Bookmarks, anything really.
Well, the possibilities are endless with an item
Possibilities
like this,
are totally endless. I would love to see some Kumihimo and macrame macrame work in them. Really, really would. You imagine some really high-end gemstones.
Oh, we've got to get
that.
some of these to Mark Smith, haven't we?
Definitely.
He's our macrame expert here at Jewellery Maker.
Micro macrame. I've seen
Yes.
because of the, you
Very
know,
thin gauge, isn't it?
The technique of micro macrame is so exquisite and intricate that using these threads would be amazing.
Perfection. So, are you going to show us how to create one of
Yes,
these
well, I
flowers
mean,
from the
yes, and
threads?
can I have the top one? It's great.
Yes,
Thank you
of
very
course.
much. Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of crochet. People that can crochet will obviously follow this really, really easily, but I'll try and go through it as slowly as I possibly can down to time, just so that you can see that crochet isn't difficult. So take one of, on the reel, work on the reel. Don't cut any off, work on the reel as you would do off a reel of wool. And then just make a little loop, just like that, looping it round, popping it through the centre and looping it onto your crochet hook. Any size crochet hook, obviously the smaller gauges will create smaller end products, and the bigger ones, the thicker ones. There is a very big thick crochet hook, strangely enough, that I've got at home that I've crocheted the Sari silks with, and that again is fantastic. So Sari silks you can crochet as well. Now I'm going to do what we call a chain stitch. Okay, so I put it around my little finger and then I hold on to this, and then I just put the hook under and bring it through that first stitch, put the hook under again and bring it through that second stitch, under again and bring it through the next stitch, as again, and I do that for 5 times. This is called a chain stitch. Okay, this is basically a casting on.
Are you making that look really easy?
It is easy.
It looks,
yeah, it's easy.
Okay.
It's all about tension, really. I must apologise about my nails. I went to get them done yesterday, but there was a power cut in Dorridge and it was 4 o'clock and I couldn't get them done.
They look beautiful.
They really need doing that, so I do apologise for that. And then we take the hook back into that first stitch, get your excess out of the way. This is just the tricky bit to forming your inner circle, and then hold on to that first stitch, bring through the one that you've just hooked through and the one that's on your hook. You always end up with, most of the time, just one stitch, which is why I like crochet. I'm no good at knitting because I drop too many stitches, but crochet I've only got one. So tighten it up a little bit. And then in the centre of those 5s, which will become obvious if you just pull them around a bit, we then work what we call a double stitch. Okay, so we go into the centre and then yarn on the hook, bring it through that one, then the yarn on the hook again and bring it through all 2. Okay, so again into the centre, yarn on the hook, bring it through once and then bring it through all 2 stitches, back into that centre, over the hook, bring it through. This is the beauty of this lurex, it's nice and slippy.
Is this when we start to sort of make the sort of petals start to form
yeah,
for the rosette?
Yeah, we're just doing that centre. So in to the centre, through the first, through the other 2. Now I do that 10 times, okay? I'll do that 10 times. I won't do it 10 times today, and I'll speed up just a little bit so that I can link up with the first one. So yarn on hook, bring it through all 2. Okay? I'll try and get a DVD sorted out for this.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Yeah, we will.
Can I do it?
And then we go into that very first stitch, bearing in mind I should have done 10, but I haven't, but we do 10 into that for this particular design. Yarn into that first hook, and then we slip stitch it through. We move this excess just out of the way. We can trim that off in a minute. So we then put yarn on the hook, and then we come through both stitches. Okay, and then we've got what we call these sort of chain. You can see it looks a little bit like a chain. I don't know whether the camera can pick it up. It looks a little bit like a chain. And then to make it larger and to make those petals, I'm going to do 3 of the original chain stitches. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to put my yarn over the hook, go into where I've just done those 3 chains from, yarn on the hook, bring it through the first stitch, yarn on the hook, bring it through 2 stitches, yarn on the hook, bring it through the 3. Okay, that's what we call it. See, that's building now into that circle.
Absolutely.
So yarn on hook, now work into that next one where you can see the 2 threads standing on the top of my hook. There.
How it starts to come to.
But I've gone into that next stitch there, I won't just wait for the count. I've gone into that very next stitch, so I've got those 2 that I've just picked up. So yarn on the hook, bring it through that stitch below, on the hook again, bring it through the 2 stitches, and then bring it through the one. So we always end up with 1 stitch. So you can see now how that's growing. Okay.
Absolutely.
So around those first stitches, those first 5 chain stitches, I join them together with a slip stitch into a circle. You'll see when you're doing it how obvious that is. And then I work 10 of those doubles into that circle, the inner circle. Right. And then on the row that I've worked with those double stitches, I've then done 2 of the treble stitches into each stitch. So basically we've ended up with 20 of those trebles going around in a circle. And then all you do is join them together in a slip stitch in exactly the same way as I did previously. Now, to anybody who can crochet out there, you will have understood that, but I do appreciate that people that haven't crocheted before won't, but they are
there
all...
any tutorials on our website?
Yeah, there's
for crochet?
absolutely, well, there's loads of information out there online. I'll definitely put something onto the website.
Yeah.
I think we need to now.
Yeah, cool.
Put the basic stitches.
Well, this one, the emerald, the ruby and the silver is flying out the door at £6.95. I do have one other alternative colour combination in terms of, wow, look at this.
The iridescent one, isn't it?
Yeah,
Stunning.
the iridescent one is about to fly out of the door.
This to me is...
And it's got the hot pink and the black, so it's a really dramatic combination, isn't it?
Should be called Fairyland, that one down there.
It's
so
called
beautiful.
Black fuchsia, a mystic colour. When you have a look at the mystic colour.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Look at this iridescence. Again, it has that sort of pearlescence. It has the same
Totally,
things you'd see
yes,
on a
it's like the iridescent glitter. I mean,
at
that'll work. Can you imagine in bridal work, doing combs?
Oh, fantastic.
Doing those flowers onto combs in that would be amazing. Oh, buttons in that as well. Ooh.
Do you know what executive producer Martha described it as looking like a unicorn's mane?
True.
Very mystical. Do you know what? My friend is a web designer, and he just made a website for somebody, and he put unicorns on it, and the client said to him, "Not sure about these unicorns, they don't look realistic enough." Interesting. Right now you can add this 3-reel pack for £6.95. Why are these being so popular then? Is it just that there's loads of crochet artists out there? Is it their versatility?
I think it's the versatility, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, even if you don't make jewellery, crafting it into sort of textiles, you know, cushions and home accessories and things like that, it is just so pretty and so versatile. I would love to have a go and try and weave them into Sutage as well.
Well, one of the ladies in our workshop is actually posing a question and saying, could you feed pearls onto these? Would they work within those?
If you ream the pearls, certainly, yes, ream the pearls. I mean, obviously, by the nature of this being a lurex thread, it's a little
pearls have quite small drill holes. Is that the question?
Exactly.
Okay.
But I tell you what, they would work really well with is shell pearl, because that always comes with a nice drill hole. But probably cultured pearls, again, if you want to use these threads with cultured pearls, perhaps the macrame or kumihimo, and use the beading thread as the non-lazy strand, as the lazy strand. So, but you know, alongside the boutique collection, I think all 3 of those will work because of the background of the sari silks, the other sari silks that you've got.
We've seen some of your sari silk work here on your cuff, and while everybody's flying in,
that's gonna be amazing.
While everyone's flying in for the threads, I'm going to give you the first sari collection of the morning. Have a look at this. So these colour tones are gorgeous.
Well, if you imagine a sari, say a wedding sari, you're going to get a lot of this work in the wedding sari, aren't you, anyway? You know, with these beautiful threads.
So you've got your sort of, would you say that's sort of like a lavender sort of tone?
Yeah, well, it's the lavender mixes. You've even got little patterns, look, and slub silks and all sorts.
You can see that in there. Can you see that there?
Yeah, these are sort of indigos and violets.
Patterned materials.
So you can see that they are from offcuts of saris, very, very beautiful saris, and they are silk.
The ultimate in upcycling, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
So we've got your sort of violets and indigo tones. Your emerald green, that's your amethyst purple.
Absolutely.
There, isn't
Look
it?
at the golds in that one as well.
This is really interesting. This is more of a richer, almost like a kyanite blue, that one, isn't it? Yeah.
Iolite. We've got
iolite,
yeah.
yeah, fantastic.
Yes. Fantastic,
So,
beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to have a look at your Sari design.
Move
Turning
them
my
out of
back
the way.
to
There's
the
a
camera, my
massive sort
apologies.
of one there.
Oh wow, look at this. This is the
showing
one.
sort of
This is
all
the
of
one that Martha was getting excited
Well, this is
about.
sort of a catwalky piece, throwing in sort of pop feathers and all sorts. I mean, this is obviously
showcase
a showcase
design,
design, but you can just get commercial designs off of it. But it's showing how that you can use gemstone in it. You can use other mediums such as feathers. And
oh, absolutely! It's so versatile. So you've got 100 grams of each because we do it in weight,
yes,
rather than in length, because
yes,
obviously they're all
but
100
because it's so light. 100 grams is miles of it.
Oh, and Martha's going to give us an exciting price. Martha's in charge of the pricing this morning. Well, she's always in charge of the pricing.
She's always in
She's
charge
the boss.
of the pricing. Yes.
So if you were to buy all 4 separately from our website, well, in fact, tomorrow morning at 9 AM, if you were to buy these separately, it would cost you $23.80. It is, of course, Sunday morning, and we're going to give you a super saving price point, a little discount as we bundled them together. And right now, you can get them for $14.95. That's better than £4
It's amazing.
per
Absolutely
100 gram reel. $14.95. Imagine how far that's going to go. I mean, basically, you're never going to run out. So well, you might. Depends how much work you do, I
and
suppose.
it's really exciting, Ed, because when you unravel it, like you would do an old-fashioned skein of wool, like we used to do it, my gran and I used to wind the wool and everything, and you suddenly hit upon a fantastic pattern, something that sort of has got gold in it, gold threads running through it already, and all the colour matching that's gone on. It's just phenomenal. They're very difficult.
Why can't I unwrap it? Oh, here we go. Here we go. I want to see
There's
some of these patterns on the inside, because you can actually see them.
Yes.
There's little flecks of gold coming through anything. So when I look closely,
it's absolutely astonishing.
these
I
are
know
almost
Gemma
like
likes working
little
with it.
sunshines and little flower patterns on this.
Yeah.
Some of it, some of Gemma Crow's work with these is amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
Fabulous pieces.
You actually do get a lot there, don't you? 100 grams. But you've got that 4 times here. So you've got these beautiful, rich, I've described them as iolite blues, actually. Linda described them. Iolite blues,
totally.
Amethyst purple, emerald green, and your lavender tones there, or indigos maybe. Fantastic. So you've got 400 grams of Sari silks.
Yeah, this is one of Gem's pieces,
Wow.
which is so stunning.
That is
in that
out of this one. And
iolite.
actually, these are the colour tones, aren't they, that you've got here? A lot of the colour tones are incorporated.
Yeah, do you want to put it on too?
Ah, yes, fantastic. Thank you. Have
This
a
is
look
an
at this
amazing
design.
piece that Gemma worked on.
Look at that. I mean, that is
Isn't it
a
beautiful?
boutique piece. Actually, they all are, to be honest, aren't they?
That actually is. That's in that iolite skein, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, yeah,
It
absolutely.
Is that
Maybe,
one.
yeah, actually, all from there, you could say.
So stunning.
Martha's saying that if you saw this in, say, like a shop at an art gallery, you'd expect to pay up to £100 for a piece at 80 to £100.
Well, Gemma
maybe.
actually does. I didn't know this. I was chatting to her the other day, but Gemma does put some of her commissions into galleries.
Ah, okay.
Well, she's actually commissioned by
Makes
some gallery.
sense.
Yes, totally, because they are like one-off, unique pieces.
So now we are going to give people the opportunity to own individual bundles.
Right.
So if you don't want to get hold of 400 grams, even though the value is rather immense. In fact, I'm just going to move them to one side because you're getting a lot there. There you go. And I'm going to give you the opportunity to own the autumnal colour. So just 100 grams here at an individual price. Now, Martha, you won't know why I was giggling then. But basically, everybody in the office used to take the mick out of me for using the word autumnal too often to describe things. Have a look at these beautiful apricot tones. It really, actually, it does look like the falling leaves.
Definitely,
doesn't it?
yeah, it's beautiful.
Look at that. 100 grams available right now. They add it to your order price of $5.95. Out of this world. People are going to be flying in to get hold of this. And as we were saying, maybe you haven't worked with them before. When you take yourself out of your comfort zone, that's when you come up with the most creative designs.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Especially with a different medium, something that adds more texture.
And the thing about Sari silk is that you can work it into any medium really. That you know, your most favourite medium is polymer clay, silver clay, or beading, or you know, whatever your medium is, Sari silk will work within that medium.
So it's just adding another string to your bow once you start working.
Adding
with
something
Sari
else,
silk.
adding a little bit of texture, and textiles are really big this summer.
Becoming
really,
more and more
really
popular,
big.
aren't they? More and more on trend.
Yeah.
The autumnal sari ribbon, 100 grams thereof, for $5.95. Another add it to your order price. And that is not all we've got this morning. We're launching lots. And do you know what? How many of these have we got, Arthur?
They're going to fly.
Double figures.
I thought
It's going to last about 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, even fewer than I thought there was. Oh no, this is going to sell out in seconds. If you want to get involved, start dialing that free phone number right now. Let's have a look at this. This has more of a wool-like feel to it, actually.
This one is, again talking about the mediums of jewellery making,
oh, wow.
This is a fabulous sari silk, woven sari silk. But if you like your felting, this is the one for you.
Yes.
With felting, it's absolutely stunning. They really work together. But also you can knit and crochet with this one.
It's like it's growing in my hands. Yes. The more I unravel it, the more I've got. And more colour tones I see as well.
But there's a lot of scarf type necklaces that are coming in now. I know Gemma was wearing one yesterday that was, I think, suede cord and that, but there's a lot of that look coming in. And I noticed one on in a magazine yesterday in exactly this. And it was a scarf type necklace, and they dropped tassels of beads coming from the ends. So say you've got 6 or 7 of those wrapped together, and then can you imagine all those tassels coming? You've got like 14 tassels dropping.
You could even make a little like snood or something just out of this.
Yeah, you can knit it, you can crochet it, you can embroider it if you've got like those big thick carpet needles. Endless.
Out of this world. Look at the myriad of colour tones you've got here in your circus coloured twisted sari silk. So this is like your it's sort of like a corded.
Yes, it's all been
sort of woven together.
Woven and squished together, which is really clever because, as I say, you can use it slightly differently to the strands. It's amazing. I'd like to see that come mode as well.
Oh yes, and sewing and textile work's becoming more and more popular.
Yeah, but you know,
there's about to be a big BBC craft program about sewing, isn't there?
Yeah.
If you're gonna do baking, why not do sewing?
Yeah, absolutely.
So there you go. It's only going to grow in popularity.
Find the Kirsty in you, if you know who I mean.
This one's going to sell out. Oh, we're going to have to leave that there. We've only got very limited. I'm going to keep jumping over here and grabbing more. We've got the pomegranate tones now. This is gorgeous, really feminine actually. It says pomegranate, but it's got like plum tones, strawberry reds, raspberry tones.
The pomegranate seeds inside of those colours, aren't they?
Absolutely. Yeah. Have a look at this. So it might be that you like to work with certain gemstones and textiles. So if you're like into working with, you know, rubies, amethysts, iolites, you know, anything down that kind of colour tone, it would work with it, wouldn't it? But actually, you could be colour blocking as well.
You know, if you want to go along the safe route, all those gemstones that you've just mentioned, obviously, but, you know, go a bit contemporary and put your bright oranges, put those shocking yellow neon pearls to it, and just create something really contemporary. At the end of the day, you'll have something fabulous, but you will have so enjoyed yourself doing it as well.
Enjoyed yourself.
Yeah.
Have a look.
So sorry about that one.
Oh, she's on fire.
I've just woken up.
I like that one. So if you do want to get hold of the pomegranate sari ribbons, that's 100 grams available right now for $5.95, and it might be the perfect thing to combine with these threads. Yeah. Your ruby red, your emerald green, and your silver threads were available this morning at the launch price Oh, we've got 50 remaining of this to pack. The other two, you saw how quickly they flew out the door.
Well, you've got to have the silver if you do wedding commissions.
Of course.
You've got to have the silver. So and then you've got to have the ruby if you do sort of. That's just so work with that. I mean,
works
that ruby
so
red.
well together, doesn't it? The pomegranate and the ruby red thread work perfectly. They're on screen right now, $6.95. That's, you don't have to pick one. You get all three colour tones for $6.95. So that's less than £2.50 a reel. For 375 metres. I was just saying, you know, I went to an independent craft shop. They were charging £1.30 per metre for cords and ribbons and threads. $6.95 is all you're going to pay for your ruby, emerald and silver Sari thread pack. 375 metres. That is really, I mean, that's going to go a long, long way, isn't it? 375 metres.
Absolutely, it's going to go even longer than the beading thread that is several keys.
Oh yeah.
And that goes
People
on
have got
forever.
like hundreds of reels of those these days, haven't they? I've got one more Sari ribbon opportunity, and it's the summer. The summer tones, the sunshine yellow, the golden tones. Have a look at it. Oh, this is gorgeous.
It is, isn't it? It's soothing, that one is, isn't it? And it's that'll act as a great backdrop, won't it?
Fantastic, because you've got sort of nude colours in there. You've also got pinks, and you've got daffodil yellows.
That would work stunningly with
tones.
that boutique, wouldn't it? It would work brilliantly with the boutique.
Actually, it would look really nice with yellow gold findings and you know, the little copper beads with the yellow gold finish.
Yes, yes, and that's another thing that you can do. You can wire beads onto these Sari silk. So if you do a neckline piece, say plait it, and then you can use your mandrel or your gizmo and make like what we used to have on scarves, you know, these using 1.5mm wire and sort of gizmo it so that you've got it there, and then you can drop all sorts of gemstones from that. And then you can also do exactly the same on the ends of the Sari silks, make a little bit like Gem's done here, look, I just noticed, just do
a really professional
like that.
finish,
yes,
just with a
and
little
you can
wire
hang
quill.
that from them, and then you could hang a real myriad, a waterfall of gemstones coming from that.
We've actually got a specialised Sari silk designer inspiration show coming up. Oh, sorry, no, it's on the morning show with Maggie and Lucy working with the Sari silk on Thursday the 20th of March.
That's right.
So if maybe you're investing in this for the first time this morning and you need a little bit of inspiration, make sure you either set a reminder now or you're tuned in on the 20th of March to make sure you get all that inspiration. But fantastic inspiration this morning from Linda. And let's go and get a little bit, and Gemma, of course, my apologies. Let's go and get a little bit of inspiration from all our viewers out there by heading over to the Wall of Fame. Welcome back. Time for the Wall of Fame, your opportunity to show your designs and be entered into the prize draw. I've got number 283, some rather fantastic wire work that's been sent in by Karen Gray of York. Really beautiful way to frame this beautiful cabochon.
Isn't it?
Fantastic wire work. Congratulations, Karen, you are number 283.
Beautiful design here using the scales. It's 284 and it's from Susan in Oldham in Greater Manchester. Susan, that's fantastic. Look at the chainmail that's going on in the centre of that as well. 2 mediums in one. Fantastic, Susan. I love it. I really like it. Fantastic chainmail.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I'll throw it at you again.
No, they show me all these amazing jewellery makers. Here we go. Number 285. This has been sent in by Gail from Sunderland, and she's actually said that she created this whilst watching Gemma Crow. So a bit more inspiration from Gemma this morning.
Yes, exactly.
Beautiful way again to frame the gemstones using beautiful wire.
Yeah, that
so congratulations to Gail. You are number 285.
This is a stunning design here. This is one of my favourite colours. It's 286. And it's from Jo Knowles. I'm afraid I don't know where you are. Joe, but it's the most amazing design. So, and I love the display. I love that display on that crystal.
Gorgeous
there.
colour tones. That is icy
Your
blues.
286.
Look amazing, don't
Beautiful.
they? I've got number 287. These are really interesting.
Lovely?
Yeah, they've been sent in by Shona Moore.
Beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous. And I think this is a little bit of leather work.
Oh,
They've
wow.
actually textured
yes,
the leather.
I can see now, yes. Oh, for the hair and everything, yes.
So these are brooches. So they've
they're very
been
Art
moulded.
Deco like those are, aren't they?
Very.
They're very what the ladies wore in the 20s like that.
This is number 287. You've been entered into the draw, Shona, so congratulations. Wonderful leatherwork. I'm gonna have to leave that there because we've got so much to fit in before the end of the show. I'm going to head straight back over to my desk, in fact, because we're about to give you the opportunity to own ruby and aquamarine together in one collection. So this is really interesting because we've got your organic nuggets of your ruby combined with those really high-end faceted rice beads in your aquamarine. So we're talking about this month's birthstone and July's birthstone together. But actually, I love the colour combination, the blues and reds together, because you've got that sort of muted tone from the rough cuts of the ruby. It really allows the aquamarine to really pop thanks to the faceting there. That play of light. That you've got that icy blue base tone, but it actually is really complemented by these, I would describe these as sort of pomegranate seed tones actually that you've got from the rubies. And again, I think when you're working with genuine gemstones, it's nice to have alternative varieties, isn't it? It's nice to be able to offer somebody something a little bit different. You know, maybe people out there won't have seen ruby in this form. Nobody can deny that that's exactly what it is. People might even say, what is this gemstone? Because you've got that almost red wine-like tone there. And anything that, you know, gets the conversation started as a way to make a sale on your jewellery, you can then say this is actually a form of ruby. Really organic feel, and have a look at just how many gemstones you get. Once again, over twice the length of a traditional strand here on Jewellery Maker, 86 centimetres in length, so it's almost like getting twice as much ruby. Absolutely huge amounts of that gemstone, and of course it's one of the big four, very, very well known. I think whenever you're working with gemstones that are more familiar to people, the more chance that you're going to create sellable pieces of jewellery. And then combined with another of those familiar gemstones, one of the premier stones from the beryl family, gorgeous aquamarine, March's birthstone. I love this combination of the faceted high-end finish that you've got on the aquamarine combined with this organic look that you've got from these sort of tumbled rough cut ruby nuggets. If you want to get involved with this, the collection is known as Mother's Treasure. Ruby and aquamarine combined, so very, very high-end gemstones here. Now, whenever you're talking about one of the big four, you're talking about the opportunity to work with the same kind of gemstones that are synonymous with some of the biggest designers in the world. We've got gorgeous rubies here, one of the big four. Now, if you don't know what that means, traditionally, when we talk about the big four, we're referring to emeralds, sapphires, diamonds, and rubies. So well known, you know, an imperial choice, aren't they? The choice of royalty rubies. And then you've got this month's birthstone, gorgeous aquamarine. As I say, keeping good company as part of the beryl family. Its sister stones are emerald and morganite. And it's just really a question of which inclusion, which impurity is taking over the beryllium when it's forming, which gives it this, the different colour tones. So in terms of aquamarine, it's actually iron which colours it and makes it go this gorgeous icy blue tone. So the actual strand of ruby itself has been available on our website at $14.95 previously, as has the aquamarine. So on any other day, you could have been paying around about £30 for this bundle. Not today. I'm going to give you an exclusive price reduction under £20 today. So we're effectively saving you £10, or minus 5p, minus 2.5p actually. You'd be more than happy to pay £19.95 for over 300 carats of ruby, wouldn't you? I mean, to be quite honest with you, if you really wanted to get the best possible value out of this, you could just take 3 or 4 of these, put them on a head pin, pair of shepherd hooks, you've got a pair of ruby earrings, haven't you?
Yep,
£5, £10 a pop. I mean, how much, I mean, time you've used that many rubies, you've made your money back, at least. That leaves you with, oh, I don't know, another 80 centimetres worth of ruby and all the aquamarine to work with. And then you know what you've got to do? Create a gorgeous design for yourself. When you're working with aquamarine or rubies. Do you know what? It's called Mother's Treasure. How about if you're thinking about creating a gorgeous piece of jewellery for Mother's Day on the 30th of March? If you want to get involved, if you want to add these gemstones to your collection, maybe you've got a Mother's Day creation in mind, and now that you've got the opportunity to work with rubies, it might just elevate it onto that next level. If you do want to get involved, you can have this order for £19.95, and in the past you could have paid close to £30 for these as 2 gems of distinction strands. Ruby and aquamarine. Do you know what it is? I think it's something about me, because, you know, if you watch The Late Show, these are the kind of prices you see.
It must be something about you, definitely.
Do you know what? Yeah. Whenever the producer gets in the chair and they just think, oh, I'm going to go lower. Maybe it's to teach me a lesson for this strict pricing that I made them adhere to when I was the sales manager.
Yeah, I was about
Martha
to say
never even went through that. She's just excited to be in the same room as me, and she's giving you these deals. Ruby and aquamarine for £19.95. Unbelievable deal. We're going to move on. Ooh. Okay, this one got me really excited this morning. In fact, I went as far as to say, oh, it's like a little mermaid. That's how I described it. When you see it, you'll understand why. It's got, you know, you've got the fin, you've got the organic feel. The pearls are the same colour as Ariel's hair.
You can see you've got little ones.
Linda, my Disney references are nothing to do with the fact that I have children.
I know, I didn't like to embarrass you. I know you're a Disney fanatic. Yes, I know you're a Disney fanatic.
Some people may have spotted my mug earlier in the show, actually. I am that sad. Satin Lake. Let's have a look at how gorgeous these gemstones are. Peach pearl rise beads. They're 5x3mm, so very, very delicate, very sort of, they're handcrafted by Mother Nature for intricate jewellery making. That's what it is. She was thinking of all the people that love. I mean, can you imagine if you were working with your Sari silks, just a few of those just delicately placed into the design?
Beautiful.
They're just going to make it come to life, aren't they?
Yeah, and coming back to Sutage again, which is my thing.
Yeah, framing with those
pearls. But
pearls.
that whole bundle, the whole 3, is fabulous.
All fantastic. Then we've got the organic feel from your white shell puffy coins, 10mm. And actually these are really interesting, because normally when you're working with a natural mineral like shell, yes, you've got that almost pearlescent effect from the nacre, but they're normally quite light. But these are quite, they've got a bit of weight to them. They feel quite solid. They're going to add something a little bit special in terms of what we normally see with shell. So I love the idea of working with shell and pearls together, because, you know, the pearls themselves have been sort of hand carved within the shell, and it's almost like the jewellery you create is going to have that little narrative attached to it. You can see where the gemstones have come from. And then have a look at this. This is your dark green mystic coated quartz. So we've actually taken some of Mother Nature's work and maybe giving it a little helping hand. We've enhanced it even further by applying this mystic coating, this slight treatment, which is actually sprayed onto the surface of the gemstone after it has had its irradiation treatment. And look at this. It has really created that. I really feel it looks like a mermaid's tail. Does that get it across to everyone, the sort of effect you're getting? Because you've got that sort of pearlescent feel. So when you see them from one angle, you've got the lime greens and the electric blues. You see it from the other angle, you've got the fuchsias and magentas. It's doing so much.
I was after that strand of the rainbow coated quartz, the
this
green
one.
one.
For your boutique?
Yes. Now I know where it went, Martha. I was literally after it.
Martha had snaffled it away for a bundle, so you couldn't
I thought,
get...
oh, I'm coming back for that one in a minute. And
Too little, too late, Linda.
Exactly.
It's been taken away. In order to be included in your Satin Lake collection, your shell pearl, your peach pearls, and no, you're not, and 100 carats of dark green. Martha's saying, I'm the boss now. You're not the boss anymore, Ed, and I'm taking this under £10. For all 3 strands. Look at Linda's face. She's not impressed.
I wanted that strand.
Do you know what? We've given everyone the opportunity to get hold of these. Call the call centre, get one taken out of stock and put aside for Linda. Look at that, £9.95. How many of these did we have? We've actually got quite a decent stock amount, but for £9.95, we're talking about what? £3.32 a strand here. Think about the work that's gone into just the quartz alone. And now I think some people, again, I'm going to go back to this word, but I think some people get a little bit blasé about the quartz that we offer. We know that quartz is a lot more readily available than some gemstones. We know that it's quite common in terms of the percentage of quartz you'll find in the Earth's crust, but we're talking about jewellery quality quartz here. You know, quartz of such a standard that we feel not only can we cut it into these perfectly plain rounds, and when you see the clarity you will be mesmerised, but then we've gone that one step further. We've also given it that little extra treatment, that little mystic coating, which is really making it almost have a bubble-like feel. So it's going to enable you to create really bespoke and elegant designs, or really contemporary and almost, I don't know if this is the right word, but quite fun designs. Do you know what I mean? With the almost sort of oil on water like effect you get from the mystic quartz, don't you think?
Well, from that, with that mystic quartz, as I say, the way the light falls on it, it gives this iridescence, and it's so. If anybody in their stash out there has got any peacock pearls, it's fabulous with that and a twist.
I love it.
And a twist. So see that basically as a stash builder, because you've bought stash builders before. Go back to what you've got in your stash and then sort of colour code them, and then the inspiration does jump out at you then, because you'll just pull a strand from there and pull a strand from there. But
things
that,
just start to
anything
work.
that's mystic with the threads, the mystic coated gemstones with these fantastic threads that we've had today.
Absolutely, and you know what? It's really interesting that they've been teamed up with these 2 gemstones because they're really organic, whereas this has a more of a. You can see that we've played more of a part in this coming here, whereas these are really organic. But actually, they allow this gemstone to do all the talking because they're not going to steal focus, if you like.
No,
are
not
they?
at all. Not at all. No.
Absolutely phenomenal, and lots of people getting involved on the free phone number. Lots of people multi-buying this. There you go, this is a real stash builder. At £9.95, you can understand.
Absolutely.
Actually, Martha, our producer, makes a good point, because we're talking about, you know, getting hold of this as a stash builder, and it is because of the price point, but actually when you look at the gemstones, they're sort of showcase pieces, aren't they? I mean, this in particular, this quartz for me, is going to really be the standout gemstone in any design. If it's included, it doesn't matter what you're going to match it up with, it's going to stand out, isn't it?
Definitely. Well, it works amazingly beautifully with that. So you imagine what else it's going to work with. As I say, I was after that, and that is the honest truth. I was after
You were after that strand.
Yes.
But I'm sure you'll agree this gives everybody a great opportunity to get hold of
Totally, I
strand.
totally agree with that.
$9.95 is all you're going to pay. Lots of people have put this in their basket. Make sure you check out to avoid disappointment. As I say, we did start with quite a healthy quantity, but I have to say it has proved to be very, very popular. So if you do want to get involved, it is available at $9.95. Now, I've got a little bit of a public service announcement to make. I did say that I thought these might come up within the 11 a.m. hour, but actually we've had so much to fit in. It turns out this findings pack, 2,400 pieces for under £30, is coming up in the final hour of the show. Wow, look at everything you're getting there. That is out of this world. We will go through it in more detail in the final hour of the show, and you will get the opportunity to add that to your order. I know we're getting lots of texts, people saying when are the findings coming up. They will be in the final hour of the show, so my apologies. I think I might have made everybody think they were coming up this hour, but don't panic, because coming up in around about 10 minutes time, my presenter's pick, gorgeous white labradorite.
20 minutes.
Okay, 20 minutes, sorry, I'm getting overexcited. We've got another kit to do. Martha's telling me off live on air. We're going to go to a quick break so I can get the back of my wrist slapped. We'll be back in just 2 minutes with our final kit, followed by my presenter's pick. Don't go away.
Here at the Genuine Gemstone Company, we are happy to announce that our studio store is now open. If you attend any of our courses, you can now browse through special items, get exclusive discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Become an exclusive customer at the studio store. For more information on available courses and dates, please contact our call centre. The new studio store. The experience just got better.
Join guest designers Debbie Bulford and Rachel Norris to explore the endless possibilities of combining polymer clay and wirework. This DVD guides you through a variety of projects and will give you the inspiration you need to create your own designs. Advance your jewellery making and fuse your talents together with this amazing DVD. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre. Get creative with JewelleryMaker.
You can now keep in touch by following JewelleryMaker on Twitter. Get interactive with JewelleryMaker.
JewelleryMaker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information. JewelleryMaker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
If you miss a Jewellery Maker show, then simply go to our YouTube page where you'll be able to find hours of Jewellery Maker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with Jewellery Maker.
Welcome back to Jewellery Maker. I'm Ed and I am joined by Luscious Linda.
I wish I'd never told you that one.
Just in case you're a brand new viewer and you've just tuned in, Linda and I probably presented my first show, say like a year ago, and Linda was on the show and she told me that her nickname used to be Luscious Linda. And so I've always called her that on air after that. So just in case anybody's thinking, why is he saying that? So that's why, my apologies. But I'm rather excited because we are about to bring you our final kit of the morning. Now, our jewellery making kits are sort of the foundation of our channel. This is where it all started, putting together jewellery making kits especially designed to help people get started with the hobby. So they have everything you need to get started with jewellery making. Let's have a look at the gorgeous colour tones you've got here. Beautiful pastel shades of your sort of aquatic blues and your lagoon greens combined with your clear quartz, and they're all faceted as well. Absolutely fantastic. So we've got, this is actually classified I think as green quartz, is it? But it actually has quite a, yeah, it's somewhere in between blue and green. I'd say it's quite an aquatic or a lagoon tone. A teal maybe? It's verging towards turquoise, but not quite there, isn't it? So those are your bluish green quartz in your faceted rice beads. They range in size from 11 by 5 to 18 by 7. Oh, do you know what? The clue's in the title. It's actually classified as sea green, which actually is right. So I was saying aquatic or lagoon, sea green. There it is. Just read it, Ed. It's probably easier. Then we've got your Amazonite top drilled rounds. These are 8mm in size, so very versatile, very easy to work with. But we don't see the top drilled rounds as often as we'd like. Very easy to work with and give you a few more creative opportunities as well. Then have a look at these. These are your clear quartz. So they are, again, they're almost like the accent gemstone for this kit. But again, look at the in-depth lapidary work. These are step cut facets, not an easy cut to achieve, especially when it's added with a little twist. So can you see the way the step cuts actually spiral up the surface of the gemstone? That is such a difficult cut to achieve. Probably, again, why it's been done within the clear quartz. Maybe the lapidus was a little bit more confident because of the gemstone, but this is an essential gemstone for most jewellery makers. This offers you that clarity, that sparkle that you want from a gemstone, and when you combine it with these pastel shades, absolutely fantastic combination, especially when you consider that you're also getting these little faceted nuggets of green amethyst. So you've got 50 carats of praisiolite here as well. Fantastic. I love this variety of amethyst because I think most people associate that gemstone with that regal purple tone. Many people may not even be aware that it comes in this alternative variety, this beautiful apple green shade. So that's a fantastic way to work with a gemstone that's really well known, but still offering your customers and your clients something a little bit different. And in fact, it sort of ties it all in together, doesn't it? Because you've got your rich lagoon tones in your quartz and your Amazonite. Then you've got your clear quartz. This is sort of the gemstone that bridges the gap really in the colour tones in the kit. So another 4-strand kit here. Gems of distinction strands from your quartz and your praisiolite. your clear quartz and your Amazonite, and that's not all you get. You're also getting your 0.25 mil gauge of gold wire. There you go, 0.25 mil. You've got 10 meters of your gold wire. Then you've got your golden beading thread, 6 meters of elastic and 80 meters of monofilament, your traditional threading materials combined with your wire there, and all the findings you could possibly need in the form of your gold-plated copper findings, 100 pieces in total, including a meter of chain, your head pins, your eye pins, your shepherd hooks, your ribbon cord endings, your toggle clasp, your earring findings, your jump rings, your crimp bead covers, and your little spacer beads as well. 100 pieces of gold-plated copper findings, 4 strands, very, very elegant look, perfect for the spring collections that people are putting together because of those pastel shades. And you get your traditional threading materials as well as 10 meters of your 0.25 mil gauge wire. And Martha's going to do something naughty with the price she's telling me. As we see some of the rather gorgeous and elegant pieces that Linda's created, let's have a look at our price this morning for your Mermaid's Dream. $29.95. And I'm going to do something naughty as well. I'm going to run back over to my desk and get hold of that last bundle we were looking at, because if you got hold of this, or let's say, is there any of these left? There must be a couple left in stock.
You can see what I wanted it for now, can't you?
If you're getting this kit for $9.95, you've got to be adding these 3 strands to your order, haven't you? I just want to see this strand next to these gemstones. Oh, actually, I can understand Linda's bitterness now. This was the perfect...
You hit the nail on the head again.
The perfect strand to recombine with this kit, wasn't it?
Yes.
You can still add the strand to your collection, and you get 2 more strands in terms of your pearls and your shell for $9.95. The kit, including all your threading materials, 100 pieces of gold-plated copper for $29.95. A third of the stock's already been allocated on this kit.
Oh, well done. It's so
It looks like this could be a sellout this morning. I'm not surprised. I think it's the right time of year for this kit. That's the way I feel.
Yeah, it's when you're starting to think of summer holidays and things, isn't it? It's
even just when it just starts to get sunny and people start to just change their attire a little bit. You know what I mean? Maybe one less layer or what have you as the sun starts to come out.
Absolutely.
The pastel shades start to rule the roost then, don't they?
Definitely, definitely so. And it's such a pretty kit. It's so incredibly wearable. And again, you know, this is just sort of trying to give you some inspiration of what to do with it. But there's so much you can do with it, because we've got rounds, we've got teardrops, we've got ovals, we've got the fabulous top
And you can see from the way
Amazonites.
the lapidorist has treated the gemstones that these are jewellery quality gemstones.
Oh yes,
practically.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They're not big quality. I mean, you can get you can get, you know, glass beads that are round and would do the same job, but we're talking about probably the highest quality quartz we can find, faceted to perfection, those step cut but spirals up the surface of the gemstone, so you get all that extra play light, all that extra sparkle, combined with the faceted sea green quartz rice beads and beautiful prasiolite. I mean, it's just a fantastic combination. The colour tones are so complementary, aren't they? Oh, we are actually approaching limited availability on this kit. It's been very, very popular. So which of your designs are we going to have a look at?
If we look at these earrings here, because we don't often do earrings, but then it's going to be exactly the same.
They're
So they go
In fact,
with that.
I'm just going to rejig that so we can see that as a matching set. Is that okay? Sorry, Director Ollie. Okay, cool. Look at that. That is fantastic. So it's the same technique that you can incorporate into the necklace.
That's right. Okay. Absolutely. Now I've put the 2.5 wire into it because sometimes with high-end gemstones you don't get quite the drill hole that some of the head pins will pass through. So you know you don't want to not be able to do something straight away. So the 2.5 wire is plenty strong enough to use to linking, rosary linking, and all sorts.
Cool.
So cut a piece of chain. Now I've taken an overly long length of chain here, but you could plan it by counting how many gemstones you're going on, starting at the bottom link, and how many of the prasiolite you're going. Sorry, no, but prasiolite it is, isn't it? Yeah. That you're going to go up to the top, so you can cut the chain accordingly. Other than that, use the whole length of chain, and then you've got the whole length of chain discarded at the end to carry on with. So pop one of the clear quartz onto the head pin. I've chosen the little heart-shaped head pin in the set here, and take your round nose pliers. This is quite good for a beginner to watch. Is head pin onto the gemstone, push the head pin away, and then hold the gemstone, flick the wrist away from you so that you've changed the angle of the pliers, bring them back and stop at that point there. So we've gone back through 180 degrees. Stop there because we want to wrap that gemstone onto the bottom link. So the bottom link of the chain, let that drop into that little half circle that you've made there. Okay, pop your pliers back in so you're getting the circle. Push the head pin down towards the gemstone and then take the excess and aiming for the bottom plier, twist around. Okay, so you've made a nice little twisted stem. You could carry on if you want to, make a little twisted hat on top of the gemstone. If not, just take that excess off. And then with the prasiolite, they are slightly graduated.
So I've actually got one here. Is it a head pin you're after?
No, that's all right, that's fine. Yeah, that's the one I've just used.
I was just going to say,
yeah. It's beautiful,
I don't know if people actually, if we had time to actually show people that, but can you see the finish on the little post itself is a little heart.
You can flip it as well. If I take that head pin 1 second, if you wanted to, I've put that sort of at a flat angle, but if you wanted to, you can actually take the base of the heart and then gently straighten up the head pin. So that heart shape there, you see that heart shape
will
there?
Sit facing
can
out.
sit facing outwards on the base of the gem.
I mean, even if you're just using those to create some simple stud earrings, it just becomes a little feature, and it's that little attention to detail.
It's exactly that.
Elevate your designs to the next
It's exactly
level,
that. When we've been making jewellery for a little while, it's those little finishing touches that excite us as jewellery makers. Those little,
and they might become little trademarks as well. People recognise at different craft fairs.
Absolutely,
got those things with so much character, you know.
Definitely.
Fantastic.
Now, if you take the 0.25 wire, okay, and pop it through, this is a top to bottom drilled. Now, what you could do is you could take your round nose pliers and do a little kickback like that, okay, and that will end as a little stopper there. Or, if I just quickly trim that little end off, that'll give you a different effect, because as a cluster of those with those little wires twisted at the end, coiled, you'll get a slightly different effect, more of a filigree effect. If you don't want that, pop the gemstone onto the wire and literally like a tiara wrap. Take the wire, join it up together, hold the gemstone and twist. Okay, that's fine. It's a very fine wire and it's absolutely fine, but if you see it, it doesn't matter because the light glints off of it.
When you twist it, does it get you know, sturdier?
Yeah, because look, now it's holding the gemstone now completely. So yes, it work hardens.
It wasn't a silly question.
No, not at all. It work harden. Any wire, no matter what gauge wire, it'll work harden as you twist it.
I was just going to warn everybody that I've only got 10% of stock remaining on this kit. It's proved to be very, very popular, mainly because of the colour combination, the cuts of the gemstones, and of course the fantastic creations that Linda's come up with. Very, very elegant, high-end, boutique style jewellery really from this kit, I would say.
Yes,
fantastic.
It is very much so.
Selling out very, very quickly at $29.95. If you want to get one into your order, dial that free phone number right now because it is approaching very limited availability. Sorry, I'll let you continue. Yeah. Can I just tell you a little something extra just to get you excited before you finish demo?
Yes, please.
A customer's texting to say that they have actually, your namesake in fact, Linda, one of our viewers from Tyne and Weir, has added this to her order for you. She's going to send you a satin lake, 3-strand packs. She's heading its way towards you.
Oh, thank you. That's
she was going to tell you off then, weren't you, for being too generous? I could see it in your eyes.
Oh, thank you so much. That's really kind, and I really do appreciate it.
Do you know what?
Really
that is the exact kind of community that we've created here at Jewellery Maker, where we all are one big happy family. If you want to get involved, don't forget, all you got to do is go to our Facebook page, Jewellery Maker UK. We've got about 23,000 people on the Facebook page, so and you can speak directly to Linda on there, can't you?
Linda, if you can manage to come, doing a Google Hangout on Tuesday afternoon. So if you can come on, I'd really love to talk to you. I was really excited
about doing the Google Hangouts like about a year and a half ago. Yes, now we're doing them. So there you go. I'm really
if you can join us on Tuesday
absolutely
afternoon.
Brilliant. It's a great way to interact with us.
That'd be great. Thanks, Linda. I can really thank you properly then. But thank you so much. I really appreciate that, and I'm going to make something. Oh yes, I am.
Do you know what? Anybody who is getting hold of this kit or working with this kit needs to add this to their order.
The whole thing.
And because there's so many people interacting with the show this morning, Kim in Oxfordshire, in Gloucestershire, my apologies, has actually sent in a text to say, when are the findings coming up? You said they'd be on by now. They're going to be in the show in the next 10 minutes. 2,400 pieces in that findings collection. Very comprehensive kit coming up in about 10 minutes, so don't panic. Let's see the end of this demo. I keep interrupting, Linda.
No,
my
it's
apologies.
Absolutely fine. So we've put this one on using head pin. Okay, so this is just another way of attaching a bead to a gemstone, to a chain. So we've done the tiara wrap around the gemstone. Again, it's just simply doing that half wrap loop. So bring it back on itself, and then count up probably to about the third link on the chain above the gemstone that's dangling at the bottom, and again wrap that on. Okay, trim off your excess and do exactly the same. Now you could attach 2 of the Prasiolite into each link, so another one into there, then miss 2 and then another 2, or you can just go one there, one on the other side, one on the other side. It all makes for a really nice finish. And then just to attach that to this absolutely stunning quartz is take the 2.5, because this is the clarity of this quartz is so brilliant. I decided against the use of a head pin. I wanted to use the least noticeable thing, which is the 0.25 wire. So again, away from yourself, back over yourself again, but we're going to pop it back, the pliers back in, push down and make a wrapped loop. Okay, trim off your excess and then just pop that into the gemstone. Then do exactly the same at this end, push away, flick of the wrist, bring it back round again, attach it. Now this is overly long and it hasn't got all the gemstones on. Pop that to a link of the chain, pop the chain into that half loop, wrap around, trim off your excess using this loop up here to attach to your shepherd's hook. And that will give you a much prettier earring than I've managed to achieve there, but that's just showing you the exact techniques.
Fantastic.
And just trim off all your excesses.
And then you want to make sure the finish is the most important part.
Absolutely, totally. Yeah, do take time to finish things properly, because it does show.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to go and see the finish you have been able to achieve on your designs on the Wall of Fame. Welcome back to Jewellery Maker. Time now for the Wall of Fame, and I am going to start with number 288. Rather appropriate for this morning. A lovely hair comb. This has been sent in by Eleanor. So fantastic looking design, very elaborate.
It's beautiful.
Very
Eleanor.
gem heavy, actually.
Stunning. Very gem heavy. Surprising how many gems you can get into a comb, actually. It's fabulous.
Well done to Eleanor. I'm not sure exactly where you're from, but you are number 288. So congratulations and good luck with the draw.
This is 289, and this is my type of necklace again, very contemporary, beautiful gemstones, and it's from Susan in sunny Northumberland. Wow. Absolutely beautiful. You know what? Once you put a piece of jewellery on like that, it's noticeable. It's beautiful. Well thought out. I love it.
Love that
gorgeous,
one.
Gorgeous.
Lots of people, when they first invest in gemstones, tend to go for blue tones, don't they? So that's a seller, that one.
Yeah, it is an absolute seller.
Oh, look at this, very professional
Amazing.
looking. Yeah, this is a lovely collection, actually. This has been sent in by Becky from Kent, and you are number 290. Lots of lovely wire work there, and it really does look like you've put together sort of a collection. I know it's just one piece from different angles, but it has that sort of
it's stunning
boutique feel to it, doesn't it?
Stunning. Again, it's the workmanship. It's so beautiful.
Fantastic. You're number 290, so congratulations to Becky from Kent. Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's the
so,
name.
yes, Amelia's just informing me that this is the name of the collection, Malone. So there you go. It really is a collection. So there you go. Well done.
This is stunning. I said to Ed this morning, I had a brooch similar to these many years ago, and I loved it, absolutely loved it. And I think this is Debbie Bulford's inspiration here, and it's from Jean in Totten. It's just amazing. I just love them.
I actually saw Laura Binding, our wirework expert, doing some polymer clay work with her kids, creating these fantastic characters. She was doing, you know,
I love it. I think we should have all the Jewellery Maker staff made in polymer clay brooches.
I would love that, as you well know.
I know you would.
I've got another one. I've got 292, and look at this for a fantastic beaded bracelet design. Love the weave here. This has been sent in by Susan from Stockton-on-Tees, and she says thanks for all the inspiration. So you can see that some people just love to get involved with Jewellery Maker.
Gorgeous.
Hopefully you could be one of the winners on our prize draw this week on Wednesday if you have entered the Wall of Fame. Don't worry if you don't see a design on screen. Everyone's been entered into the draw. Sorry, 292 is that final design, and right now we are going to head back over. We've got so many items to launch, including our findings coming up in one cell's time. I promise you they are coming up. Everybody's texted in now to get involved with the deal. Look, they're just here. Probably 5 minutes time, in fact, if that. But right now, it is time for our presenter's pick. Oh, my word. I know that this is going to be just as popular as the findings. Don't panic about the findings. The second the code comes on screen, you can start dialing to get involved. It is going to be going under £30. In fact, it's going to be going under £27, I'm told. So that is coming up straight after my presenter's pick. A brand new premier strand from the Gems of Distinction range, and this is your favourite gemstone. It was voted your favourite gemstone to work with for the last 2 years. Basically, at the end of 2012 and the end of 2013, we did have a little award ceremony. One of the categories was your favourite gemstone to work with. I'm going to be honest, I think the name of the category should have been the gemstone I've made the most money off. Because I know why labradorite is so popular, because whenever you create a design with a gemstone that has this incredible optical effect, it's going to almost capture people's imagination. And when you're selling your jewellery at craft fairs, for example, you may be selling to people that don't have the same depth of knowledge as you do about gemstones, and as a result, something visual is going to maybe spark their inspiration for gemstones, maybe make them invest in your jewellery designs. These are huge rondelles. They range from 5x2 to 8x3, and this is a very exclusive and elusive variety of labradorite. This is your white labradorite. Now, we're used to seeing it in the darker, earthier base tones, but this, it almost has the look of a black tourmalated quartz. So you're getting all of those inclusions, giving you that character, giving you the drama of a monochrome gemstone, and then you've got the labradorescence on top of that. This little shimmer, that little electric blue, electric green shimmer. You can see it there. I mean, to be honest, our studio's not the best place to sort of display gemstones, because they prefer just to have one light source bouncing off them. Here there's like 15, 18 million different light sources bouncing off the gemstone. And you can see the way this gemstone reacts when the light strikes the surface, and you can see those beautiful electric blues, lime greens, those beautiful almost apricot or golden tones as well coming through. Absolutely fantastic. Almost looks like an explosion of colour from the centre of the gemstone, like a firework going off. It's going to make such a massive impact on your designs. In fact, you might even fool some people at first. When they see it, they might actually have knowledge about gemstones. They might think, oh yeah, you've got some black rutile quartz. Oh no, this is white labradorite. The other reason I think labradorite's so popular is that it's perfect for masculine jewellery. Now, ladies out there may already be aware of this, but the male of the species can be quite visual. Labradorite is one of those gemstones which always excites men when they see it within jewellery designs. Do you know what it is? You know what it is? Men just need that extra bit of help. Women understand the inherent value and beauty in things, whereas men need to be told. Is that right, Linda? No comment?
They need to be told if they're listening, though. That's the problem.
It matters telling them, because they might not be listening.
Yeah.
I always listen to you, Linda.
Yeah.
How do you feel about white labradorite? Are you excited?
very excited. We don't get it very often, do we?
It's much rarer form, isn't it, of the gemstone itself.
And we've had the black on today in a bundle, the black lab, and those two together would make the most stunning pieces, wouldn't they?
Actually, yeah, we have all the earthy tones in between, don't we? The greys and the greens as the base tones. We very rarely have the black, and we very rarely have the white. We've had both on this morning's show. That is the beauty of buying gemstones from us here at Jewellery Maker. We are, of course, part of the Genuine Gemstone Company. It allows us to source some of the rarest gemstones on the planet and some of the most exclusive varieties of those gemstones. Right now, we've got beautiful white labradorite in your faceted rondelles, and we are going to launch this morning at a premiere price of $12.95. If you want to get involved, you need to be dialing that free phone number right now. I only have a limited number available. Of course, when we're talking about a gemstone like this, it's very difficult for us to source in huge numbers. Of course, we're always at the mercy of Mother Nature herself. If she doesn't create it, we can't bring it to you. But also, this more exclusive variety of labradorite is going to prove to be very, very popular with some of the bigger design houses. So we're entering a more competitive market when we try to source white labradorite for you. You can see, just from looking at this gemstone, you've probably got 5 or 6 different designs going through your head already. You can make them as simple or as elaborate as you like, and you're always going to get that little extra from a gemstone like this. Beautiful Labrador essence. 85 carats across these gorgeous little rondelles. Once again, you know, our lapidrist is unfazed by working with this highly sought after gemstone and created these beautiful facets on the surface of the rondelle itself. I mean, even if it didn't have the Labrador essence, you can imagine people still tripping over one another to get hold of this strand. And actually, I think, we're actually, there's in-depth discussions going on in the gallery about how rare this gemstone is. Director Ollie's been working on the channel probably for about the same amount of time as me, haven't you? About 3 years or so. I'd say I've only seen this 2 or 3 times in the whole time I've worked for the channel. Ollie's saying he's only seen it twice. Martha's saying she's never seen white labradorite. That goes to show you just how rare this gemstone is. And you know what? Anything that has that little exclusivity attached to it is going to allow you to create more desirable jewellery, isn't it? Definitely, definitely. And you know, you can really enhance that fact when you're selling jewellery. Really make that as a feature strand. Becomes a selling point, and put the backdrop to the gemstone, put its history, put its sort of birthright, and you'll glean a lot of interest from that as well, as because being informative is really good about gemstones. Well, Sarah Elvin was telling me a story about the fact that, you know, she's been making jewellery for 6 years or 4 or 5 or 6 years or whatever, and the only gemstone that's ever got her husband excited was an example of labradorite. The second he saw that and he saw the optical effect, he suddenly developed this interest in gemstones and gemology. Do you know what? The more you learn about gemstones, the more you want to learn. It's one of those topics, isn't it? But when you see for yourself Mother Nature's creations, to be honest, as I say, you can get a bit blasé about what we offer here, but I think it's a gemstone like this sort of brings it all back down to earth, doesn't it? Because we see that optical effect that's been created by nature itself, sort of re-energises our passion for gemstones. Gorgeous white labradorite in these faceted rondelles, available right now for $12.95, but they are quickly flying out the door. You can see your names flying down the screen there as more and more people get involved. If you want to add this to your order, dial that free phone number right now and take advantage. Of course, you're only ever going to pay 1 P&P per day of $2.95, so if you've already got an order up and running, this could be your only opportunity. It's a brand new strand, but we only have a limited number, and around about half the stock's already been allocated. There's still people coming through, and don't forget, we want it to be a risk-free shopping experience. We understand that for some people it can feel a little bit removed because obviously you can't hold it, you can't feel it, but that's why we offer you a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you can get this home, see it for yourself. If you don't fall in love with it, you can send it straight back. But when you've got some of Mother Nature's finest work and it's giving you this little almost wink of approval from the optical effect, I don't think anybody's going to want to send this back. It has that magical, mystical property that we associate with genuine gemstones. It's available right now for $12.95, and that is your premiere launch price this morning. I'm going to leave that one with you, and I think before we get in any more trouble, we're going to bring you this findings collection. Lots of people texting in and getting involved with the show, which we welcome here at JewelleryMaker. Of course, you've got anything you want to share with the gang at JewelleryMaker, you can text in on 60777. Make sure you start with the phrase JM Studio, or of course, if you are logged in at jewellerymaker.com, there's a little message box. You just click that, whatever you write will come through to the gorgeous Martha's screen. Don't be too abusive, she's giving you all the deals. Silver plated copper, and this is the perfect word, mega findings pack. Now, I remember when I first started working on JewelleryMaker, we were selling the jewellery kits. Most of the show was based around the kits, and we only had one findings pack as an option, and it had, I think, I'm going to get this wrong now, but somebody will correct me, I think it had 26 pieces of 95 sterling silver. Does that sound right, Linda?
Yep, that's exactly right.
Boom, right there. It's all in there. It's all in there, I remember. But you know what? That was the perfect way to get started with the hobby. You know, that was the way we were just expanding at the time, weren't we? We were only about a year into existence. And now, over the last 4 years, we've expanded at a ridiculous rate, really. And sometimes we haven't even been able to keep up with our own growth, as I know many of our customers experience. You know, when we were trying to move into a bigger warehouse and we're struggling to...
I think we've had
yeah,
four,
we've had 3 or 4 different warehouse options, but because we've just been growing so quickly. But we have turned all of that into a massive positive for you, because we've been able to source much better quality items as we've expanded, and of course a much larger range now, to the point where we can offer you 2,400 pieces of silver plated copper, and it's all going to come to you in these handy little storage boxes. Now, I have to warn you, we probably haven't got enough stock of this to go around, have we? That's not going to be enough, I'm telling you. We've actually got a healthy quantity, I'll be honest. We've got over 300, but the last time I brought you one of these comprehensive findings packs, I think I had around about 300 or 400, and it did sell out. So I'm just telling you, based on my previous experience, this is going to be extremely popular. Let me show you everything you're going to get. If you want to start dialing, you can get involved right now. 0800 644 655. Every time you want to get involved, just wait till the graphics hit the screen, start dialing that free phone number. You're going to come through to a member of our award-winning help team who will help you to add this item to your order. Let's have a look what you've got. Gorgeous little toggle clasps in your silver-plated copper. I am going to go for my tweezers, actually. I was going to not do it, but I am. There you go. So these are your toggle clasps, and you get 30 of these in your handy little storage bag. This is really interesting, actually, because you've got the copper. They're really lightweight and malleable, but you've still got the high-end finish from the silver plating. So these are perfect for every jewellery making scenario. So you've got 30 of your toggle clasps in your handy storage box. Then, this is one for me, because I'm obviously such an expert chainmail artiste. These are your open jump rings. You've got 200 here. I can make 4 of my bracelets with this collection.
You certainly could.
200 silver-plated copper jump rings. They're 5mm in size. So you've got all those in your handy storage box again. Then, oh wow, this is what everybody's really after, I think. The chain. So 1, 2, 3 meters of chain. Oh wow, look at that. Are you sure? I won't, because I'll probably snap it, but it's pretty long. 1 meter of chain. 3 meters in total in this really comprehensive findings pack. You've got 2,400 pieces in total, don't forget. And we're only halfway through what you've got. So you've got your 30 toggle clasps, 200 jump rings, 3 meters of chain, each in meter lengths there, so 3 1 meter lengths. Then you've got your shepherd hooks, so useful. I know that Director Ollie is very hot on the amount of value you can get out of a pair of shepherd hooks, because he knows you only need 2 gemstones to create a pair of earrings. So you get 60 of your silver-plated copper ear wires or shepherd hooks. They're 17 by 8mm in size. So you get 60, so you get 30 pairs, essentially. Oh my word, these are so popular right now. I'm looking at the ribbon cord endings here, and you know what? I had so many requests recently on Facebook asking if I can get my producer to schedule these items. One lady even showed me a picture that her and her mother have created 100 different macrame bracelets all ready for sale, but she needs to get the hold of these to give her braided bracelets that professional finish. You've got 8 of these in this collection. So the perfect way to stock up your silver plated copper ribbon ends. Those are 12 by 4mm. You've got 8 of those, and then have a look at this. Over 2,000 silver plated copper spacer beads. 2,100 in fact. So there you go. And actually, perfect for sutage, perfect for micro macrame. Maybe if you want to take a step away from gemstones, if you want to use these as the feature, they'd work perfectly. But also, I always think of them as the perfect accent to a gemstone. Definitely. If you don't want to, you know, put a gemstone either side of your feature piece, your focal point, you could use these little silver-plated copper beads as the accent to the gemstone. So you've got 2,100 silver-plated copper beads. Then you've got your ribbon cord endings, your shepherd hooks, 3 meters of chain. You've got 200 open jump rings and 30 toggle clasps, everything you could possibly need. I'm going to tell you, 100 people have already invested in this. We haven't even got the price on screen, $25.95. Absolutely out of this world. As I say, when we first set out, this was what we really dreamed of.
Totally. Being
able to offer you wholesale trade show style offers so that you can maybe progress your hobby into a small business. You can take advantage of these trade show style deals, stock up at these kind of prices, and we've all, as jewellery makers, experienced the frustration of going through the whole creative process and the design process of manufacturing and creating your gorgeous jewellery design and then not having the finding to finish it off. Linda, have you experienced that before?
Yes.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is, particularly when it's something specific that you want. But you've got all the specifics of jewellery making.
These are all the essentials, aren't
and
they?
being a canny excuse me, being a canny jewellery maker, I noticed those toggle clasps when you first brought them out. They're sandwiched together, kept together, the T-bar and the
little
circle,
extender chain
with another jump ring.
Yes.
So essentially, there's another 30. If you look at it, there's another 30 jump rings in there too.
Genius. There you go. That's the thriftiness of a crafter. That's what you spot. Once you start getting really experienced, you'll spot little things like Linda has. There you go. $25.95 for 2,400 pieces of silver plated copper. And actually, somebody asked me a really interesting question on Facebook the other day, and it is relevant here. They're saying, is the silver plating sterling? Is it 925? That's exactly what it is. We use 925 sterling silver as the plating over the copper. So just to put anybody's mind at rest, it's the exact same purity level that you expect to get from a sterling silver piece within your plating. Okay, so around about half the stock's now been allocated. If you want to get involved, we do still have plenty of stock available, but this will prove to be very popular as the day goes on. This is one of those items that people are going to add to their order, because once you've got a P&P set up, once you've got an item heading your way, always important to stock up on the essentials. Easy for me to say. So let's have one more look at what we've got here. 2,100 silver plated copper round beads. Those are 2mm, so perfect for your beady beads, your sutage, your bead loom, your micro macrame, your kubahimo, your French knitting. Absolutely basically any discipline you can think of within the world of jewellery making, these are essential and they're going to fit the bill. Then we've got your gorgeous ribbon cord endings. We know how popular these findings are. We've got 8 of those in total. They're 12 by 4 mil. We have got 30 pairs of shepherd hooks, 60 earring findings in total, 3 metre length of chain. So you've got 3 metres of chain in 1 metre lengths. So that's going to go a long, long way. Then you've got 200 open jump rings, which are 5 mil in size. And then you've got 30 toggle clasps. And don't forget, you've got your extra jump ring in there as well. 2,400 pieces of silver-plated copper in total, available right now for $25.95.
Ed, just one thing as well.
Yes.
You know the tote bag that we had earlier?
Yes, I've got it.
I mean, can you imagine all 2,400 findings, and they'll just go in that little pocket on the top there?
In here?
Yeah.
Good
I mean,
idea.
It's all
Perfect.
there.
In fact,
It's
what
all
I'll
there.
do is I'm going to put them in here because I'll then can go like that.
So you've got it all there, nice and tidy. Your findings aren't all
There you
mixed
go. You
up.
keep all your findings organised. You've got bits for your tools.
Yeah, perfect.
If you did get hold of, how about this? If you got hold of that comprehensive findings pack then for $25.95, this is, for me, my ultimate add it to your order price point today. 3 strands of gemstones for $9.95. So if you are speaking to a member of our help team right now and you've got 30 pairs of shepherd hooks heading your way, how about this? Imagine how many gorgeous pairs of mystical earrings you could create. We do still have stock of this 3-strand pack. Speak to a member of our help team. They will enable you to add those to your order this morning. I mean, to be honest, you can make your money back of just your earring findings then, couldn't you? £5 each per pair. Well, actually, at that rate, what are you talking about? You need to pay him 7 pairs of earrings and you've made your money back on your findings. We're going to move on, because so many people have got involved with that deal. Congratulations if you've just added that to your order. That's the way to take advantage of our trade show style offers. Have a look at this. Another Premier strand, brand new to us today. One of my favourite gemstones, absolutely phenomenal. And it's one of the most interesting varieties of opal available on the market. The interesting thing about fire opal is that it's probably the quickest cooling variety. Basically what happens is when opal normally forms, it cools very, very slowly. It's actually essentially fossilized lava, and I think when you look at a strand of fire opal you can see all those fiery tones that you'd expect to see in lava, in that magma that flows from the center of the earth. From those golden honey tones to those rich tangerines and even those fiery reds as well. But normally opal cools very, very slowly, and as a result you get this almost grid-like formation that forms in the center of the gemstone, which gives you that color play which most people associate with opal. That isn't the case with fire opal. Instead, it's very quick cooling, so maybe silica or water has sort of invaded the lava while it's been flowing and forced it to cool very quickly. As a result, you don't get the colour play because those grids don't get a chance to form. Instead, it almost fossilises the lava, and as a result, you get the colour tones. However, the quality of our fire opal is so high that there's actually a little bit of colour play on some of these gemstones as well. So that just goes to show you, for me, I don't really know, this is a bit naughty to say this, but I'm not even sure why Jewellery Maker's got hold of this, because it's basically jewellery quality gemstones. I'm surprised. I hope the owner of the company, Steve Bennett, isn't watching, otherwise he's going to say, how come you've got all that fire opal when I've just been to Mexico on a gem hunting mission to find some? We managed to get it for you, a Premier strand, and actually the rarest variety of Mexican fire opal is this red colour tone here. I'm going to just isolate it on the strand, and it's actually known as cherry opal. within this variety of opal, it has its own sort of subcategory, if you like. It's known as cherry opal. It's the rarest form. Just have a look. That's not the only one I've got on this strand. I've got one here as well. That's 2, 3, 4, I would say, at least, of those rich ruby red cherry opals. You see that one there, can't you? And then if we go down the strand, look, there's another one just there. That is so rare. And look at that. And you also see when the light is playing on some of these sort of champagne coloured fire opals, you can see that little bit of colour play. You can see a little bit of orange colour play going on there. Very, very high quality sample of fire opal. Of course, this comes from our Gems of Distinction range, the highest possible quality we can source for you here at Jewellery Maker. One of the rarest gemstones on the market, certainly one of the most interesting varieties of opal I've ever come across, and I've been selling gemstones for around about 6 years. I'm in love with this gemstone. 20 carats of fire opal, and these are really gorgeous. They are the little intricate rondelles. They range from 3x1 to 4x2. Actually, I think I put a jewellery design on the shelf in the gallery. It's a little pendant. It's made actually out of green sapphires, little rondelles on a pendant. It's just separate. It's not on a box. It's just on a shelf. If it's there, it's there. It was just to give people an idea, because I know some people worry about how to integrate rondelles into their designs. And this was a really great way to showcase them within a little pendant. All they had is just 4 strands of wire within a wire frame, all thread on there to almost, so there was almost invisible set.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they look stunning as...
We're going to have to bring the price on soon.
sorry.
Everyone's flying in on the phone lines. I've been sort of eulogising about this gemstone strand, but it is such a gorgeous, fiery gemstone. $14.95. And towards the end of 2013, the owner of the company, Mr. Steve Bennett, a real-life gem hunter, actually went on a gem hunting expedition to South America to find this very gemstone. So if you do watch our sister channel, Gems TV, you might start to see this gemstone coming through now, being set into jewellery designs, and you can see the kind of price points that people are prepared to pay for genuine fire opal jewellery. And don't forget, our sister channel Gems TV offers you the best value on the market for jewellery designs, just as we do here on genuine gemstone strands at Jewellery Maker. $14.95 is your premier launch price for that incredible strand of Mexican fire opal. Fantastic gemstone with all that rich history attached to it. And wow, tell you what, I like this. I can't resist it, guys. They're all groaning in my ear now. Rubbish dad jokes. Well, I am one of those cheesy dads. Can you imagine how embarrassed my kids are going to be when they get older? When they tell their friends that their dad's on telly and then they tune in to see me. Either Sophie or Freddie's friends are going to be laughing, pointing and laughing at them, basically. I love this as a combination. Takes you back to those colour combinations that are associated with so many jewellery collections. You know, ancient civilizations like the Egyptians. So the ancient Egyptians, they used to team up these fiery tones with the deep blues, didn't they? And it's proved to be popular in jewellery movements ever since.
That's amazing, actually.
I learnt that. I really like that together. Just to be clear, you don't actually get the fire opal. It's not a bundle. This is a premiere launch of another very historic gemstone, iolite. Originally coveted by the Vikings, who believed they could navigate through the oceans of the world using this gemstone. The way the light dispersed through the gemstone, they believed, almost provided them with a sort of compass they could navigate their ships by. But I think in the modern era of jewellery designing, I think iolite's become so popular because of the colour tone. And it's actually named after that colour tone, isn't it? Ion, meaning violet in ancient Greek. And so when you look at the depth of colour here, you can see that this gemstone is ticking every box. You can see that the quality of the iolite we've managed to source here is completely unrivaled. And I like the idea of working with this gemstone when you've got the faceted varieties. Yes, you get the elegance, you get that colour play, but you don't necessarily get the same organic feel that you get from these polished droplets, because they range in size from 9x5 to 15x6, and of course you're going to get slight irregularities in the size and shape along the strand, but then you've got this high polished finish. So they look so high end, absolutely out of this world. Once again, we're going to give you a premiere launch price, and actually, producer Martha's telling me that she's going to do something a little bit naughty. Now, at 9 AM tomorrow, it may well increase in price on the web, if there's any left in stock, of course. $14.95, so we've matched the price we gave you for the previous strand, even though this was intended to be launched at $17.95. So we've handed you back the equivalent of your P&P. So if you've already got involved with us and you've already paid your $2.95 today, you're just making a saving. You know what that means? You can take advantage of maybe the threads at $5.95, or the Sari. Is it the Sari ribbons were $5.95 and the threads were $6.95? So there you go, some added to your order prices. The Sutage cords, for example, that were just $4.95. So if you are taking advantage of the premiere launch of this Iolite, maximising that 1 P&P, you can add all these Sutage cords to your order for just $4.95. It's really a no-brainer, isn't it? Or that 3-strand pack at $9.95, that for me is the add it to your order product of the morning. Genuine Iolite should have been launched at $17.95, but the gorgeous Martha has decided to give you all a little special deal. And you know what? Just been talking about the violet tones. How about this for a combination? Your deep, rich violets from your Iolite combined with the femininity of your lavender amethyst. Have a look at this. Now this sort of actually highlights exactly what I was saying. So with the Iolite, you've got that organic high-end feel from the polished finish. On the amethyst, you've got that sophistication, that elegance from the faceting. Now this has actually been classified as pink amethyst, but I think that this is more of a lavender amethyst tone, just so everybody's aware of what they're getting, because sometimes you might be thinking it's coming through on the screen as a slightly richer colour. That is the colour tone that you're going to see, that lavender colour hue that comes through. I mean, if you look at some of the larger ones, you can see the saturation of colour that you're getting there. Absolutely fantastic. And actually, to be honest, the richer the saturation of colour, traditionally the more value. I understand that could be slightly different for jewellery makers, because of course you might be looking for something for a specific design. But you know, in the world of jewellery, and to me this is jewellery quality gemstones, this is actually going to create a higher value design. 90 carats of lavender amethyst here in your faceted chandelier style drops. They're faceted absolutely beautifully. They range in size from 9x5 to 15x6, and once again, we're going to give you another premiere price. And how about if you already got hold of that comprehensive findings pack that we offered you that had 3 meter lengths of chain? We were talking earlier about the idea of the graduating droplets being set onto chain and graduating down the neckline to create evening wear. If you get hold of one of these, you're going to make your money back on one design. 90 carats of lavender amethyst, February's birthstone, the gemstone of romance, and here comes your price this morning. $14.95, another launch price available right now. And don't forget what we were saying about, you know, people's certain familiarity with gemstones. This is a gemstone which most people are going to be aware of. In fact, the beauty of working with a gemstone like amethyst is that you can just go down the high street and do, you know, price comparisons for yourself, can't you? You're probably going to see, what, 3 or 4 carats of amethyst being set into silver or gold by the high street jewellers. You know, the ones with the initials in their names. You can have a look there. You can see the kind of price points people are prepared to pay to get amethyst into the collection. Amethyst is not exclusively used by high street jewellers. Some of the biggest designers in the world incorporate this gemstone into their collection, and they always have. A premiere launch this morning, 90 carats of lavender amethyst available right now for $14.95. I'm going to leave this one with you. We've got a lot to fit in before we bring you our designer inspiration show at 1 p.m. Where are we moving on to, sorry? Oh, of course. We've got another strand to launch. Wow, lots of premieres in a row here. Have a look at this. So we've gone from really high-end, elegant evening wear that you're going to create using your top drill drops to something that can be used with everyday contemporary designs. These are your 8mm disco cubes, and actually the more I look at this, the more inspired I become. We were talking about gemstones that are perfect for masculine jewellery. This fits the bill. If you actually go and do your own research, have a look at on-trend jewellery designs, it's all about these dynamic sharp edges at the moment, isn't it, Linda? I mean, you were really into this gemstone,
yeah, very much so. Yeah, very contemporary, and also really, my son likes bracelets, gemstone bracelets, and you know, on leathers and things, and he loves bronzite. Like
sort of surfer style
necklaces
as well.
So,
but do you know what? I'm looking at it. Cufflinks.
Yes.
Perfect for cufflinks. How about handbag bag charms?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you need like 2 or 3.
Even now, high-end designers are sewing gemstone onto leather bags.
Yes.
You know, they really are doing that.
Loads of people sort of like, I've used the term already today, but you know, upcycling items that maybe they don't really use anymore, or they don't wear, or that they can't be bothered to take down the charity shop.
Yeah.
Breathe a new lease of life into them by incorporating
I mean,
some
all
gemstones.
the big designers are really into coloured gemstone now.
Right.
Really into it. Really high-end designers.
Absolutely fantastic. Over 250 carats of bronzite disco cubes, 8mm in dimensions, and here comes your launch price this morning. We do have a fairly healthy quantity, but not for much longer. Under £10, just $9.95. It's when you see these contemporary cuts, these interesting gemstones. I mean, when you look at the sort of metallic shimmer, it's very similar to that you'd see on Tiger's Eye, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, dare I say it, but there's a man-made gemstone called goldstone. And this is the real...
Emulating Mother Nature.
Exactly. And bronzite, you know, that's the one goldstone is chasing to try and look like and just can't achieve it.
I wonder if I can get it across to you on screen, that beautiful schiller. Lots of people multi-buying these. Somebody's obviously already got a design in mind when they're looking for cubes, because Elizabeth's just got 4 strands heading to... And actually, do you know what it is? Well, what I was saying earlier, lots of people are maybe intimidated by certain parts of the design process, like seeing what colours go together, will they clash? When you work with the earthy tones, that's totally removed, isn't it? Totally. I'm going to come over and have a look what you've done with this challenge kit. In fact, I'm going to bring the bronzite because we were saying earlier that this would be a good combination. Although you did take that rather fetching.
I know, I did, yeah. Well, it's a struggle, isn't it, really, which to choose? I mean, that's...
It's a struggle because they're all so gorgeous.
That's the worst thing about working here. It's a struggle to choose what, because they're all so fabulous.
I like the challenge kit with the bronzite because very earthy tone. It's almost like a little tree-like design, you know, inspired by nature. There you go, you've got the bark and the leaves. Beautiful. Let's have a look, because you don't actually get the bronzite, but what you do get is a strand of agate, huge faceted rounds, and you get your faceted ovals of your quartz in those emerald green tones, those forest greens, very rich colour tones. You get 14 coils of your ring memory wire, 14 coils of your bracelet memory wire, and 14 coils of your necklace memory wire. You get your traditional threading materials, your beading thread, your elastic and your monofilament, and you even get organza ribbon, as you get black, white and silver. So that's everything you're going to get as part of this kit, and it was made available this morning for just $14.95, another added to your order price. When you consider everything you're going to get, it's going to hugely increase the stash of threading materials. You're going to have some very versatile and maybe everyday use gemstones, if you like, in terms of your quartz and your agate. $14.95. Let's have a look at your designs then, Linda. Wow.
I kept them relatively simple, actually. Simple and probably a little bit asymmetric and a bit contemporary. But that one, I mean, just look how lovely that looks. You know, you're talking about with the findings packs, the little silver 2000 and odd silver little balls. I've used the gold ones.
Oh, you've used the
there.
gold ones in this design. So that's a little bit of inspiration if you did get hold of that findings pack. And you also snaffled this one away, didn't you?
I really couldn't resist that. It's only the second time I've had the opportunity to work with cat's eye.
Gems of distinction quality, solar quartz and tiger's eye. I've got to hold them again. I love them too much, sorry.
They're beautiful.
Have a look at these. These are the kind of gemstones that if Lucy was here, she'd be kissing them.
Yes, she would. She would.
Have a look at that. The thing we like most about this, the thing everybody seems to pick up on, is that the little inclusion that you get within the solar quartz mirrors the colour tone you get in the tiger's eye. Did you find that fed into your designs?
Yes, I think it did. And I mean, you probably wouldn't automatically think that these two diverse strands all work together cut-wise, but they do. That necklace there is quite sort of what I call my charm necklace, and I just sort of balance it as I go. I don't necessarily do one of this and one of that. I tend to put two in occasionally, and I think with this type of gemstone it really works.
Is that quite I suppose some people like to design in that organic way.
Yeah, it's just because I like the asymmetry of things, and sometimes the gemstones do the balancing as opposed to the technique.
Absolutely gorgeous. I love the way, again, it works so well with gold.
Yeah, that's a really quirky one. Inspired again yesterday when I was looking through magazines. I saw a memory not my necklace, well, a talk actually, that was just literally make the element and pop it on, make another element, pop it on, make another element and pop it on. So I decided to have a go at that today, and I think that's a really contemporary look.
It's absolutely gorgeous. All of these are, and I can't believe you managed to create so much while I've been bothering you every 5 minutes. So, well done, Linda. We gave you the challenge kit that was $14.95, the 2-strand pack of solar quartz and cat's eye for less than £12 a strand this morning. That is available right now for $23.95. If you want to add that to your order, you need to be dialing that free phone number right now. I am going to give you a quick summary of all the items we brought you. Look at this. Tanzanite, pink opal, and black labradorite in one 3-strand collection. Oh wow, I forgot how gorgeous this was. Distracted by all the other gemstones. This was the first offer of the morning. Should have been much higher price point than this, but this morning, as our early bird, we offered it to you at $12.95, a phenomenal deal for Tanzanite, opal and black labradorite, 3 of our most popular gemstones available in one 3-strand pack. Well, we called it more like a 5-strand pack, didn't we? Because the Tanzanite and the opal are twice the length of a normal strand of gemstones here at Jewellery Maker. This is available right now for $12.95, but we only have limited availability now. It's been very, very popular. And we also, of course, brought you our comprehensive findings pack. And they seem to have gone for a Burton. They've gone for a wonder. Where are they? 2,400 pieces of silver-plated copper, 3 metre lengths of chain, 8 ribbon cord endings. Do you know what? Amelia's exactly right. It was all Linda's fault. She told me to put them in the bag. I'll blame her. Sorry, floor manager Amelia. Shepherd hooks, 3 lengths of chain, 200 jump rings. Stressed everyone out there for a minute. Did you see that? Toggle clasps, ribbon cord endings, and 2,100 silver-plated copper beads, all for $25.95. We sold millions of these, but we've still got some in stock. So if you want to add that to your order, it's available right now for $25.95. You can dial that free phone number right now because these are available, and add it to your order price for what is essentially a trade show style offer, a wholesale opportunity whenever we are able to bring you these really comprehensive deals You need to be adding these to your order. $25.95. I'm going to leave that one with you. Don't forget there are still tote bag opportunities available. Everything that you've seen in the show will be available on our website at jewellerymaker.com. I'm going to move over to the centre because I've been joined by a rather glamorous collection of ladies. How are we doing? All right, ladies? Had fun this morning?
Definitely.
Aussie been causing trouble? Yeah, just a little bit. So, what's your name? Sorry.
I'm Glenda.
Glenda, have you got anybody that you want to say hello to this morning?
No, because she's here with me.
Ah, who's with you?
My sister.
Is that your sister? What's your name?
Terry.
Terry?
Yeah.
Do you love jewellery making, Terry?
Yeah, I do. Can't spend enough time doing it though, but I love it.
Oh, nice. And what's your name, sir?
My name's Judith,
Judith?
and
You
I'd
look
like to
very
say
glamorous.
thank you. I'd like to say hello to my son who's been forced to watch, and I'd like to apologise that there's no Sunday lunch.
You didn't have to force him.
I did.
Believe it. And have you paid your rent yet,
I
Norma?
have paid my rent. Yeah.
Norma's been here
Yeah,
every
all
day
week.
this week doing
Yeah.
workshops, haven't you?
Yes.
What do you love about the workshops?
Seeing everybody else's ideas and interacting with people, yeah.
The one-on-one tuitions.
Oh,
and
yeah, with
bonus as well.
Linda, thank you.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. That was the Sutage
Sutage,
course, wasn't it?
yeah,
I was in that day. Yeah.
Excellent.
And right to the end. What's your name?
I'm Eileen.
Eileen. Nice to meet you. Have you had a fun morning?
Yes, I have.
Anybody
Considering
you want to say hello to?
to all the work colleagues that will be watching today and anyone else.
Oh, you didn't
at
have to
home,
force
Tony.
them. They were all already watching.
Well, I finished work this morning.
Oh, so
the
you
night shift. So
Can I just say, I love the fact that your glasses and your dress are matching. That is a fantastic ensemble. Look at the incredible jewellery you've created. So what did we do? Did we just a mix, smash, and just see what we could create? That'd be a good way to do it, actually. You could all get together, buy a collection of bundles and see what you can create. So who's created what here? Are they in order? They are behind you. So do you work with the sodalite then?
Yes, I worked with the sodalite. I like
See
it 'cause
those
it's
designs.
delicate and pretty.
It's almost denim-like, isn't it, I always think? And then these are rather fantastic creations.
yes, I'm not sure what these are. Are they agates?
They're Botswana agate, I believe,
Yes,
yeah.
that's the strand that I had, and then just mixed and matched. To make a
Absolutely
set.
gorgeous. And then we've got these sort of spring-like designs from Norma, yeah, from the Amazonite.
Bit of
Is that a bit of
labradorite
black,
as well.
is that a bit of black labradorite in there as
Yeah.
well? Fantastic combo. And then,
I didn't
You-
mix and match.
have
much,
you-
but I just
so is
That's
that
what I
two
do.
sets there? Yes, I see this. I
these
see
are-
the
these are
transition now, yes, okay. So, oh, love the femininity of that fuchsia agate. And then these are very bridal-like, I feel.
Yeah.
Well, certainly very elegant from your pearls and your clear quartz. Absolutely fantastic. So we had a fun morning, ladies?
Yeah, lovely.
You'd promote coming down and experiencing it for yourself, would you? Oh, yeah. And tell everybody to come down. Be part of the gang. And one more question. Did you leave me a brownie? They looked fantastic. Everyone's nodding. I like it. I like it. Linda, thank you so much for your designs this morning and all your support. Whenever I don't know what's going on, Linda knows the answer, doesn't she? Okay, Ali and Fiona are coming up right now. And who's on the late show? Oh, Drew. Drew. So Lucy's husband is going to be bringing you the late show this evening. Stay tuned right now because Ali's going to bring you some designer inspiration with Fee. Don't go away, and thank you for joining us this morning. Say goodbye. Bye.
Come and join resident designer Linda as she guides you through various techniques in Sutage. Get creative with this exciting medium and learn how to braid with round gemstones, how to set and wrap a cabochon, and how to make a back piece with ultra suede backing. The full course includes a selection of gems